So, does anyone want to give me a recap?
We done goofed.
I haven't done it in a while,
Okay, go ahead.
so I will elect Monto.
It's not
we
really
started off the
fair.
section outside a goblin encampment. They're like little jungle goblins, and these ones wore different face masks to the ones we had previously met. Although I did not recall which tribe they were from.
Were these the
Irrelevant,
antlion
we sent-
ones?
The way around.
Irrelevant because we sent them fucking flying
Yes.
through like a cool little battle. I believe it was Aldous who finally snapped it with a fireball, or maybe not. But Mark was also there attacking the vine, which caused it to fling off. We examined the area, found some interesting things of intrigue. I was supposed to talk some more about that. Along with departing from one of our companions, Arctus, who was... is it Arctus?
Artis.
Arctus, who was stolen upon by some sticky fingers of Aldous, but sensing just a lust for research, Aldous returned the ring. Rescued a dwarf who came along with us, telling us that he was a guide and he knew Cholt, offering us safety in thanks of us saving him and a little green Toadman. Toadman went missing. Nicholas thought that they were trying to take the Toadman back to the base, but they weren't. They were helping the dwarf get back to his home, which is in the far, if the map is lined to a compass, the far east of west of Cholt, west
and south.
southwest of Cholt. They then proceeded to finally make their way to Camp Vengeance. It's either righteousness or vengeance. Where the captain commander, not a captain, is an asshole, and there's some loud foghorns going off. We departed from Iron Tusk, thankfully. No one was raped by her.
I'm gonna share the handout for the player's map of Cholt.
Thankfully.
You can just load that up whenever you want as well. So you should be able to load that up automatically, and you can see where, if you look on the map,
But I can't see the map. Nicholas has got the map.
for your own references, if you look on the map, if you look down where he points out, he pointed out where it was. If you look where the Kobold Mountains are, it's right in that area. Cool. Right. So you made your way into Camp Vengeance, had an encounter with Commander Breakbone, sorry. And just as the session ended, one of the guards on one of the towers shouted, "Giants." What do you?
Actually was giants. I just was giant footsteps.
No, giants, plural.
Well, they're friendly.
Aye. Let's
What was
okay.
that?
I'm trying to think of something.
Oh.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but Mark and Joseph are in the medical tent.
Well, we were just leaving it, weren't we?
I don't know if any of us
the
maybe...
alcohol-
I was feeding all the feeding all the people with throat leeches wine in hopes that the alcohol will kill the leeches.
But since it didn't do anything instantly, we decided to walk out, didn't we? I thought
Well,
that's why
I
we left.
I don't know.
Is there any chance for us to perceive these noises?
You would have all heard the shout from giants.
I would like to try and like echolocate.
Oh, where they're coming from? Yeah, sure. Make me a perception check.
It's not going to be good with disadvantage. That is a 4.
Yeah, I'd also try and hear where they're coming from.
Beyond the initial shouts, the shouts came. So, beyond the initial
Did
shouts,
they happen to point while they were shouting?
you guys are in the medical tent, or just leaving it. It's with disadvantage. You all have disadvantage. Wow. It's a shame, but
what
yeah.
got us disadvantage? I know it's a jungle, but
The
The
jungle.
rain.
It's a tropical storm.
Just okay. So the actual weather that we can't control.
Yeah. It's not nothing you
Wondering if
did.
we had made a bad travel decision or something.
Well, if you'd have stayed still,
Oh, well,
your
yeah,
guide did
I-
advise this. He said you
I
probably
left-
shouldn't travel.
I left my fucking.
No, he
thermometer.
said don't use a boat. He didn't say don't travel.
By the
Oh,
way,
that's
while
true.
I
He
have
did not
everyone,
say not
He said our
travel.
boat was great. He
What-
said that we shouldn't go to Camp Rachel.
Yeah,
while
he
I
also
have
said
everyone,
that.
what are the common magical items everyone has from Xanathars? I have no idea what everyone chose.
I chose cast off plate. I've used it like 15 times.
Yeah.
I know what you have. I just don't
I
know
got my
what
dagger.
Niels has. What
His,
is the
his
dagger?
moonlight dagger, which glows
I thought
in
that
the
was a
moonlight.
sword.
Just
I mean-
get the dread helm.
I forget what you
know
have,
you
Dean.
want it.
Billowing cloak.
I'm
Disney.
not telling anyone what I have because it's part of my character.
Okay, fair enough.
It will make a reveal when I least need it.
At this kind of point, where are you, Dean? Because I can't see your token anywhere.
I'm over here. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Oh, I see. Okay, now I can see you.
I went into an empty tent to kind of muddle over some ideas.
Okay, so you found one of the empty tents and kind of muddled over you. As you're kind of sitting in there, you hear this call for giants. All four of you hear this. And in
Alright, I'm
fact,
going to roll as well. See if I. What the fuck? Why is my sheet tiny?
By the way, I can I ask that, after last session, we had like disadvantage in hitting the mobs that even Mark was next to. His moon Muchamajiggy should create a bright light in a 15-foot radius. We should have been able to see the mobs surely and hit them without disadvantage, I would have thought.
Yeah, but at the end I wasn't near them anymore.
yeah.
I meant at the beginning.
Mark also told me it was dim light.
Well, I
No,
did the 5
creating a bright light in 15-foot
No, but
radius
Mark-
and a dim light for
But
15.
Mark told him.
But Mark would sheath the dagger instantly as after swinging anyway.
Why?
Well, I mean,
Because
unless
Mark does not want to be seen.
the
Mark
thing is,
also
the
doesn't
moon
need it.
the moon touched sword is that anyway. I don't know what the dagger is. If
Yeah, it's
just
just
a
any
reflamer
weapon.
thing.
Yeah, it's
It
made
says
out of
any
dagger.
sword.
Yeah,
It
which
says-
just includes the dagger.
Dagger's a sword. Go on.
A bladed weapon. Any bladed weapon.
Specific
Sword would mean
sword.
long sword and short sword and
You had disadvantage to perceive them, and it was pitch black, so you had disadvantage on attack rolls. Effectively, you were blind.
I'm gonna move out the time.
Okay, so you all hear this shout for giants. You're seeing multiple of these guardsmen moving around. Commander Breakbone is kind of dealing, shouting and barking orders to various people. There's a chaos in the camp. They all seem to be actually. You don't need a perception check for this. You all see them moving towards the west side of the camp. This side over here.
It's not the side we came from then.
No.
So we don't know what the jungle looked like on that side.
Nope. You traveled kind of hugging the riverbanks, basically. You went up one of the sides of the riverbanks. This is coming from deeper within the jungles. And let's change some music up. Give it a more...
What? Oh no, the music.
Just give it a bit more epicness. So, Commander Breakbone is ordering people. His two lieutenants are actually kind of dealing the orders out. And most people seem to be kind of ignoring what Breakbone is actually saying in terms of what they're doing. He'll point an order out and say, troops go here. And then the two lieutenants will kind of intercept that order and move people around. There's most of the guards seem to be shifting towards the front. They've left a few in the back to kind of keep watch, but everything else is moving. There were two guards. Joseph, you can see this. There were two guards stationed here and here. They're also ordered off. You also noticed something you didn't see the first time you came in. A large wooden cage. And inside you see... Eric, if you want to introduce your new character.
Yeah, you see a decently well-groomed male. Well, I say well-groomed. It's more like trying to look well-groomed, like through a bit of rough and tumbleness. But he's wearing a long black coat with a purple inner lining. He's quite aged, age 41. to be precise. But he's a decently tall human, quite tanned from what you can see. I'd say that's all they could probably see from there.
Yeah, fair enough. You start hearing very large shouts as well. Bring us the ring of winter, and we will not smash your hammer, your little forts into toothpicks, and eat them with our. Take the toothpicks and pick out your small little skulls from our teeth.
What?
Bring us the ring of winter, and we will smash your fort into toothpicks, with which we will use the toothpicks to pick your bones out of our teeth.
No.
Very tiny toothpick.
We know we can sense it in there.
Arthas didn't follow us here, did he? Thought he left.
He did leave, yes.
Okay, so I was just making sure.
What's the ring of winter?
Only one person knows the answer to that question.
Got a bad feeling about this.
I'm gonna go find.
Why are they here?
Send out your commander.
Mark's gonna follow Joseph as Joseph is finding Nicholas.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll run and follow them as well.
Okay, so do you try to get up high so you can see what's actually going on? Like, because there's a couple
No,
of
I'm
guard
trying
towers.
to find Nicholas.
We're going to find Nicholas.
Okay, you're going to find Nicholas. So you kind of have a little search around the camp. Roll me an investigation check to just see how long it
Wait,
takes you.
did that music just have a yaw?
It might have
I
done.
don't think it did,
I'm
but
not
I
hearing
didn't
Yoo!
hear it.
Dum, dum, dum. Alright, investigation.
Okay. So between the three of you, it takes about 5 minutes to kind of locate which camp which tent you're kind of like looking through the camps and kind of like in various people are like you're opening the tents and trying to find him. You're kind of shouting for him as well at this point, I'd imagine. So
Yeah, I'll scramble up my supplies and stuff. I'll poke my head out.
Okay.
I just poke my head out, so it's kind of like.
okay, so you poke your head out. You spot Nicholas. I'm going to delete these because you're stupid.
Oh, Joseph, there he is!
So there's a lot more trouble.
Is that what the yelling's all about?
Yeah, but toothpicks.
Okay, Mark.
They've yelled that there's some kind of giants looking for a ring.
Do you have a ring?
The ring that they want is not here.
Don't tell them that.
I don't know if they're going to listen. They say they can sense it in here, but it's not here. I know
How
that
do you
much.
know?
Because Arthas had the ring. He's not with us anymore.
What's he called, guy?
The ring is why he was cold.
You should tell the commander of the camp this.
You can hear from the outside thing as well. There's kind of a very you hear mumbling from up on one of the battlements. It sounds like Commander Breakbone, but you hear from the other side the response, and you hear this. I know it's there. You can lie to me all you want. If you don't send the ring out soon, I will smash your little fort to pieces.
I can't tell the commander about. It's more of a secret. I said I wouldn't tell. Telling you is different than telling them.
Well, you can
Maybe
just pass
we
it
should
off. Like
go.
you know who you've seen it in the jungle. And
You
it's
can't
not
just
here.
go, Joseph, can we? I mean, there were guards at the gate. Oh, wait, no.
If you look over in the gate, there is one guard left.
Maybe we can sneak out then. None of our business, and if they're wrong and you're right, then we're just going to get the shit kicked out of us here. We might as well.
Even if they had this ring, we've seen it used. It's not like they'd be worse off.
That's it. I'm tired of waiting. I need
Okay.
Alduis and Joseph and Nicholas to make a dexterity saving throw
Oh, that's pretty convenient.
as a humongous boulder comes screaming out of the sky.
Is that a normal or disadvantage? It's normal, isn't
You're
it?
normal. Yeah, you don't have disadvantage on saving throws.
That's awful anyway. Wait, I can use my thing. What was my port for today? Where is it?
It's
Where
probably
is
up higher.
it?
I think it's 17 and something.
Wow.
I'll use the 17. Plus
Okay,
4. 21.
21. Okay. So you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. This boulder comes launching out of the sky, hits kind of where you see it, just in time before this boulder crashes down. It rakes through the camp, destroying everything in its path. The three of you managed to just avoid it
Which way
completely.
did it come from? Which way did it go?
Which way did it come from, can't I show?
Came that way.
Okay.
We're
so
leaving.
It basically stopped in this puddle.
It didn't reach. Okay, it didn't reach the goats.
No, it hasn't reached
Alright.
us. It's right there.
How much did I take?
None.
No, it didn't. You dodged.
You
Oh,
passed
I
this.
actually...
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's a low
Okay.
dex check. It's a giant boulder flying through the sky. It's fairly easy to dodge.
Well, we're leaving.
Can we
Mark,
intercept where these are coming from?
they're coming from over this direction, like all over this way. I need another dexterity check from Alduis and another one from Mark.
So
Save?
there's two
Save,
hitting
sorry,
us?
dexterity save. Yep, there's 2 boulders this time. So Mark, you pass.
How heavy do the boulders look?
They are. Oh, so
I'm a
Alduis-
kind of a good judge of weight.
Yeah, I would say so. They are probably upwards of 500 pounds.
Holy shit!
They're fucking huge bowls. Alduis,
I am dead.
yep. Okay, you take as this boulder comes flying through the air. Oh, there it is. You take 28 points of bludgeoning damage.
Fuck me. What was the roll on that?
That was average. 4d10 plus 6.
Shit, okay, yeah, I'm down.
You're unconscious. Okay.
Alduis.
Wait, where did elders go to get hit by this?
He's right down here in the bottom.
Are those
And
goats
where was
dead?
I when I watched it?
I think the goats are like where they were and where the boulder was coming from. As the rock comes flying down, it crushes the fence posts and the
Oh wait,
goats.
does it go that way?
No. Boulder comes this way,
Oh,
and
there
there's
were two.
another one that comes this way.
I'm gonna run
The one that-
over to Alduis.
Mark, the one that came for you, you dodge out of the side, and it crashes into the command tent.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
I'm gonna
However-
run over to Alduis.
However,
Alright.
as this is going on, you hear a. Actually, everyone make perception checks.
I'd like.
Perception.
Perception.
11.
Yep. 12. Really? Should be on the first page. There he is. Oh, isn't it? Okay. Oh, there's your perception. I just need Alduis's. Oh no, Aldous is unconscious. I need a perception check from your new character, Eric.
Okay. Perception.
Perception. You don't have disadvantage for this.
13, not good
13.
anyway.
That's good. You hear Joseph doesn't hear this, but the rest of you do. You hear a pop, and appearing in the sky, because you all look up as high as you see this, appearing in the sky is a very odd figure, clothed in all red from head to toe. His hands skeletal, decaying. The very...
How high up is he?
He's about 80, 90 feet up. He's quite high up. He's just popped into existence, just... And there he is.
Actually audibly pop.
Yeah,
He
there's an audible as he peers in front of you. There's small
wanna
wisps of
cast-
elders.
Cure wounds on Alduis.
Okay, so you lean down and cast Cure Wounds on him.
Recognize.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Me? Or...
Dean asks if you recognize what this is, or who this is.
Either that's a natural 1 or my eyes lie to me.
Yep. You have no idea what this creature is. But as you stare at him, there is a deep, deep sense of dread inside of you. You have 11 hit points, Alduis. As you kind of wake up, you're on the ground staring up, kind of partially underneath this boulder. Looking up, you see, in fact, you realize you're trapped. Your arm is caught underneath the boulder. You look up and see this creature of undeath.
Do I know what it is?
Make an Arcana check.
Make a hell round day.
Disadvantage still.
Yep.
Well, that is bad. Hey, what?
Higher than a 1.
It
is a 1.
It is a
Well,
1.
It's a 7.
It is a 1.
Two
It's a
ones
7.
on this guy.
You look up at this guy. You have no idea who he is, or no idea what he is. The scent of undeath is strong, though.
I'm
And
gonna
he
I'm gonna random
observes,
chance see if I know what it is on my new character. It's an 18.
looking up. What's your new character's name?
Phineas.
Phineas looks up.
Captain Phineas.
Captain Phineas. There is a deep sense of dread. Stories that he's heard from the other sailors he's traveled with. This is a lich. There's too much magic in the air for it to be anything else. As the lich surveys the battlefield, looking around, looking at the various things that are happening, looking at the various creatures that are participating. You foolish frost giants! The Ring of Winter is not here! The one down there, and he points to Alduis, has merely touched it! We care not. He will tell us where he saw Artis, and we will find him, lich. No, you won't! Artis is mine! And the one who touched him is also mine! I need
Oh, that's
Alduis
not good.
to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's normal, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I fail.
Joseph. Alduis, you
Yeah.
drop to 0 hit points immediately. Bam. He seizes his heart and drops instantly.
I'm guessing
I
I
need
like
you
opened
to
my
make-
eyes for a few seconds.
I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
A second?
Yep. As always.
Is it still? Oh, okay, normal. That's still awful. That's a 2. Why am I rolling so low?
Joseph,
Yeah.
you watch as Alduis' heart is ripped from his body and springs towards the lich's hand. It kind of echoes
I
out.
want that. I'm gonna try and grab
I
one.
want that.
I take a shot at the lich.
Okay.
Can my new character be trying to like coax and grab someone who's running past the cage?
You can be shouting, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll try and grab the heart.
Okay. Yep, so
What's what wrong?
what are you trying to grab it with?
I rolled a 16.
Telekinesis. I'm not
Okay.
next to it.
The lich whole.
Jeez.
So I'll resolve Dean's first because that's easy enough. As the bullet comes flying through the air, as it gets close to the lich, it stops. That's not magic! You can have it back! And it flies back towards your gun at very quick speed. Luckily, you recognize what's happening and jerk the gun to the side as a bullet embeds itself in the ground next to you. As the heart is flying up, you're trying to grab it. Make a straight intelligence check, because that's what you use for your abilities, isn't it?
Who?
Neil.
Who's Niels?
Sorry, what?
Silence
I didn't hear
lasted
anything.
so
I did
long.
say make a straight intelligence check, because that's what you use for
Oh,
your
okay.
abilities.
Oh my god, that silence is getting awkward.
I did not
I
hear
know,
anything
yeah, I was
at
like-
all.
Okay,
Oh, man,
you
the
try
amount
and
of
wrest
sevens.
it. You try and wrest the heart from this lich's grasp, or as it's like kind of flying through the air, but you don't have enough strength to pull it towards you. The lich grabs the heart and pulls it in hand. He's mine! And he puts the heart inside of his cloak. As you're kind of standing down there, forevermore! And Alduis stands bolt upright, wrenching his arm
can't
from
do that.
underneath the boulder, tearing it off.
Oh.
Oh fuck!
The gaze
I
of
just wanna
undeath.
imagine that's happening in like actual. Just Joseph goes, you can't do. Oh,
Oh,
He kind of gets stuck for a second. He's like, and then as it just this flesh just tears apart, and you hear the sickening pop as the shoulder just comes dislocated, and the zombie just stands there waiting its master's orders.
No, get back down, get back
Wait for me at the tomb. And Alduis's body disappears. Now, as for you, frost giants, and this rabble, I'll use one of my lost spells. And he points out past where you can't see,
skeletal.
where you can't see, and draws a line across.
Does
And
he
you
take
hear-
off one of his fingers to do so?
No, he doesn't need to do that. He is far more powerful than that lich. He draws a finger across the back side of the fort, past where you're seeing, past where where you assume the frost giants must be. And then you hear burning and death, and you hear screams of unbridled pain. Now that
I've
should
had enough of this cage. Let me out.
That should deal with the rest of you. Goodbye. And the lich disappears again.
are the goats okay?
The gate is out, and they're kind of wandering about. I don't do
How's the
goat
dwarf?
bleat. The dwarf has looked on in this and just. I don't know what I can do. What is He is just shocked and stunned. Most of the people in the camp don't know what's happening at this point.
I want to, in a state of absolute confusion, go and try and goat nap some of the goats into my bag of holding.
This
Okay,
place is
I'll let you do that. Make a dexterity check. Dude, you don't have disadvantage because actually just make it like an attack roll with no proficiency.
It's a 17.
17. Yeah, you managed to
That-
wrangle one of these
that's
goats.
with my dex with
You-
disadvantage.
You no, because this isn't a skill check. So you open the So you open.
Face was 15.
Okay, yeah, you open the mouth of your bag of holding wide, and you kind of wait for a second, and you just kind of suck a goat up. And it goes "Blah!" as it disappears into the bag of holding. The two of you make me Mark and Nicholas. Can you make me a perception check?
Okay.
Well, you don't hear shit.
We've got disadvantage on everything. Don't
You're
expect us
also
to roll
rolling
well.
ones. Joseph, you hear from the north side of the camp somebody shouting for help. Somebody shouting to let them out of something.
All right.
What you do with that information is up to you.
Can,
Um,
I will say, would I have my effects on me?
yeah, you've got your
Is
effects
there
minus your weapons.
Alright, I want to be trying to... I have thieves' tools, so I want to try and pick my way out of this thing.
Okay.
Is there anything that was on the severed arm of Aldous?
Ooh, what would be on the severed arm of Aldous? You didn't have any rings, did you?
What kind of arcane focus do you have?
Don't think I had it. It was in my staff.
The staff might be under the boulder. You'd have to move the boulder.
What would be on his arm? Nothing, really. I doubt. Maybe a spell book would be in his arm? I don't know.
In his hand, maybe. Still
Well,
under the
thing
boulder.
is- Yeah, probably. It's spell book or staff, really. It would probably be the two things.
But you could try and find one of those two if you can move the boulder.
No, that's fair. I can't move a boulder right now. I can't even look at things.
I was
As you-
gonna say I probably hid things in my sleeve, but the potion of healing probably smashed to shit.
That's probably smashed to shit. The assumption is good. The dwarf is kind of looking at you and going, "Laddies, we need to go. I don't think we want to be here no more."
Figured that. I'm gonna move up this way.
You begin
What
to see
attribute do I do with thieves' tools, by the way?
dexterity.
Dexterity, or it's depending, but mostly dexterity.
That's a 19.
That picks the lock easily.
Right.
You begin to see huge blue arms reaching up over the top of things, bloodied and burnt to the back. Their entire back sides. Some of them look like they've been, like parts of them have just been wiped away as they kind of make their way over, and you begin to actually see what they're running from. A 40-foot tall curtain of fire. But not normal fire. It is purple and black as it begins to move in a wave across this entire thing. It is it stretches from the left to the right as far as you can see. It is a massive wall of death. And it
Are
is
we all
moving.
seeing this?
Yep. It is moving at about 5 feet. 5 feet per 6 seconds. It's very slow moving. Yeah.
Would I know where they took my weapons?
Yeah, they'd probably be in the command tent.
I want to storm towards the
smash.
Didn't it get hit by an effing ball?
It's smashed.
Is it the round one?
The big one. This one in the middle is the command tent. The boulder is sitting on the corner up here. You don't know what could have survived in that.
Oh
Alright.
fuck it! I want my swords. I'm making a rush.
So you
for
dive
it.
in, make a perception
Yeah,
check.
I'm diving in for it.
A quick perception
Don't
check.
worry.
Use that.
Perception or investigation?
Perception. You're trying to do this quickly.
It's an 11.
So yeah, it's not hard to find. You look around the thing. There's a bunch of swords like kind of stacked into a corner. Short swords, long swords, anything you want. You actually notice your sword though.
I'm grabbing them.
Okay, so you grab your sword,
Grab 'em
pull it.
all.
Shink. What do you grab? Are you just grabbing yours, or are you just grabbing a whole bunch?
I'm gonna grab my two if they're in there, and then
Yeah, so
I'll
you
grab
grab
the
your-
other ones as well. Why not?
So you grab your two swords, and you grab a handful of, like, say, 4 short swords to kind of carry in your sand or something like that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you grab 4 short swords, kind of shove them in a spot on your belt, and run outside this. Everyone else, I assume you're running as far as you can away from this flames.
I'm going to walk to the guard at the gate, asking them to open it for me.
The guard at the gate goes, yeah, and opens it.
Yeah.
And the second he's opened it, he's bolting it. He's not sticking around here. He's decided,
Hey, you
and everyone
cowards,
else is
stay
kind of
over
making.
here.
Everyone else is making that same decision. Once they saw that curtain of fire, it was like, nope.
What was that? What was that? Was that a commander running away from his duty?
You don't see Commander Breakbone.
No, the guards running
I'm
away from their
happy
duty.
The guards are running. Yeah.
I don't like guards that run away from their duty to protect the place. There's wounded in that.
You're
Constitution
attacking
save.
him.
Can I
Oh,
see
you're
any Can
mind
I see any
slamming.
guards that were particularly
Oh, no.
asshole-ish to me while I'm running out?
From where you are, if there's a bunch of guards, the camp is in chaos.
If I'd be like running out, can I see any of them that were particularly shitheads to me while I was in the cage?
You spot one. Yeah, you spot a lieutenant that poked you through the cage a few times with a spear.
Yeah, I'm gonna slash his Achilles as he's running.
Make an attack roll.
I'm gonna be out here.
It's a 15.
With,
Yeah, that
the
hits.
dwarf guy also
Yeah,
out here.
well,
Let's see how much damage it does. 10.
yeah,
I'll cut his entire foot
yeah,
off.
you cut his foot off, like, and just leave him there to die in the ground. You
See
mind
how
slam
you
him?
like it, boy?
So you mind slam him?
Yes, Constitution save.
What's your DC?
12, I think.
He passes. What happens?
Nothing.
Okay, then nothing happens.
What a piece of shit, dude.
I'll give you an
You
idea of
on the
what's happening.
power! You! Save the wounded!
The wounded can go fuck themselves at this point. You see that curtain of fire?
The fuck did you just say? Save them! What
He
kind of
jumped.
piece of shit
Where's
are you?
Can the dwarf be up here with me and Dean?
He makes a leap for it and jumps over the thing.
He better have to make one hell of a check to not get impaled.
Mark, as you hear him jump over, you hear him. Oh shit! What are you guys all doing?
Is the dwarf guy out here? The guide?
The guide is running. The guide is running.
Yeah, but
He
is he with like
yes, he's
me and-
fucking running. You are all running.
Alright, so we're at this boats. Is there any way we could tie these together and make the river trip anyway?
He goes, we make the river trip regardless. Do you see that curtain of fire? Everything is dying.
Wait, how much gold did we put into our previous boat?
Where are we, by the way? I can't see. I've run out of the gate area.
You're next.
What we put like
I
15
can't
daggers.
see outside. There we go.
It's just the same
Oh, I
cost
know
as a
why.
normal boat, but we put it's out of daggers. So
Yeah.
like, however much a canoe is.
Hey, Mark's still
That was. We're
inside.
gonna have to get more daggers.
We'll upgrade the canoe.
Okay.
Does it have to be daggers? I've got plenty of swords if you get me out of here.
Let's make a raft.
You are hearing more and more screams, more and more death behind you. You can smell. It's not burning though. You actually are getting to realize that there's no smell of fire. There's no smell of wood
Smell
burning.
Like a ham dragon.
No, it smells like ozone.
If we tie some of the boats to, if we tie the boats like side by side together, will they be more stable in the water?
You can try. Make a tinkering check.
I don't.
But no, we do handcrafting instead of running? Where's our
The
boat?
river is fast. Well, our boat's there, but I'm wondering if we can tie the smaller boats to it to make it stay more stable.
We
Try.
can at least like unhitch them all and do that while we're traveling down the river.
Okay.
All right, you're in charge, Nicholas.
Musha, let's get the other boat.
You're like all the other guards. The guards they don't fancy their chances in the river. They're making their way south. They're hoping to get around the curtain somehow. They don't see the end of it, but they're hoping that there is an end, and that's the way they're going up north and south. They're running as fast as they possibly can.
Yeah, our boat's
Just
made of
going to,
steel.
Just going to throw the finger at the guy that jumped over the wall. There.
You actually look over there. He's impaled on one of the spikes. He didn't make it.
Nicholas, you make
Yeah.
the tinker check and I'll assist.
Okay, think a check with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or
that's good 'cause
advan-
I got a
or
massive
general.
fucking multiplier.
Is there
Is
anything I
that
can do
normal
to help?
since I'm assisting?
7, yeah. Oh, wait, is it normal if he's assisting?
If he's assisting, yeah.
Am
so
I
this-
able to assist?
Yeah,
and know
you
what
are,
they're
yeah.
doing?
Then it's a 24 then.
24,
First
yeah.
roll was a
So
17.
this what you think is probably a pirate is now approached you and is kind of helping you lash these boats together. He seems to have a very good understanding of how this actually is supposed to work. There's a dab hand with knots and things like that. So you
Dabbing?
dab hand.
One of the boats is our boat. That's gonna be the main
Is it?
boat.
Yeah, one of them is
thought
yours.
We moored at the south. I don't.
No, like they moored it there, I believe.
Where did you pay?
Like where the thingies were, where the rest of them were. I think we
Well,
said we
the
were
boat
gonna
we're
tie it
dead,
off
we
near them.
put it over there.
I thought we
Because it made
approached
sense.
from below the.
We were down here, but we brought the boat up here
Oh,
because
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, no,
We
I
walked here with the
believe you.
boat.
Yeah.
In my-
So you
Alright, yeah,
lashed you lashed 3 of the
I
boats
just
together.
thought that's why I was wondering how much our boat was, because I was sad that we were losing it.
So you
But
okay.
a bit more.
Okay,
no, we're
so
not
you-
losing our boat.
No. So
Yeah,
you
I
lashed
know,
3 of the boats
because
together.
The boat's there. I thought it was a different part of the island.
By this point, the curtain has gotten to about midway through the camp. You can see it just burning everything in sight.
Well, hop on, let's get out of here.
You also see, as you're kind of watching this, Commander Breakbone fleeing from the camp. He's missing his arm. It has been complete. It's not
he
like
using
it's not
the
like it's
entrance?
burned.
Yeah, so is Alduus. Boo-hoo.
It's not like, but it's not like it's.
If he
Yeah,
wants
he's
another
coming out
arm,
the front
he can just
entrance.
get it from the rock.
He's coming out the front entrance. You've also noticed by this time, the sister you saw before is trying to get some of was trying to get some of the wounded out, on stretchers and things. It's
You're
not.
not gonna let those motherfuckers on the boat, are you?
Breakbone. So his arm, it's not been burned off. It's just gone. Where like the end of his armor is, it's like somebody took a shear and just went, and it just disappeared. There's no
Yeah, that's
wound or burn mark. It's just gone.
Yeah,
Mind
that's
slam. Mind slam.
mind
You've got to-
slam.
You've got to help me.
Mind slam!
Yeah, mind slam him.
We
Okay.
don't have to help anyone.
He fails the check. What happens?
Gets knocked prone.
Okay, so he's down on the ground.
Also
You
take
you can't leave me to die.
the 6 psychic damage.
We're in the boat.
Okay, so you're in the boat.
I'm
This
in the
is
boat.
happening.
Mark, what are you doing?
Well, not letting him on. Fuck that guy.
I agree,
Don't
fuck
jump in
that
the
guy.
boat.
Short bow shot at him, that misses.
Fuck
though.
you.
Yeah, that's the wrong character sheet.
Joseph?
That's elf.
Hmm?
No,
Yes.
Yeah, that's elf.
The sister is there as well.
Thanks, elf.
She's kind of looking around, and she's kind of got one of the wounded that you saved under her arm. Please, you must help us.
I'm happy to let the woman on board, but not the rest of them.
Thank you. And she kind of gets on along with
Yeah,
her
she
wounded.
and the one wounded guy can come on, but that guy, Captain.
Actually abandoning the wounded.
We're getting the wounded.
I've
we
gotten
can.
everyone I can.
That's fair, sir.
Half of them were strapped to the beds. The captain!
What?
Leave him to die. He was a madman anyways and a terrible commander.
No, it's into
What are you guys doing? The flames are getting closer. You need to make a decision now.
Yeah. I said
Stop!
Go. Okay, so you all cast off.
help,
So you-
help nurse get in boats, then cast off.
Okay, so you cast off into the river. Who's piloting the boat?
The dwarf.
The captain.
Yeah, me.
Okay. I need you to make a survival check with advantage.
Oh, that's not good. With advantage. Oh, that's awful.
That's Alduus anyways.
Oh, yeah, shit.
I'll let you re-roll it because
Is it? Is it Elders?
Yeah,
Or
I
is he
did. I
just
rolled
set
it on
as
his
Elders
sheet.
in the
No,
text
no, I
tab?
had the actual sheet open.
You also need to
as well.
change the bottom right to the other.
I
color.
know, yeah. There we go.
Okay.
It's
So-
still a 1, but a 1 as well.
Yeah. So, Captain, you cast off into the roaring, raging river, but you're used to sea voyages, and they get bad. So you're more used to this, and you kind of guide the boat into the river and out.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Of course I know what I'm doing. I've done this for years. Admittedly, I usually have help.
Hey, I hope you know what you're doing, laddie, but you are keeping us from that. And he points to the like curtain that is coming. It gets to the edge of the water, and as it gets to the edge, you actually see kind of just past it, the camp is gone.
If there's anybody who's a laddie, it's not me.
Not burnt, not scorched. Every piece of ground that is past the curtain, and as it gets to the water, it just goes,
No, we're going to get the arm back.
and it just disappears. The curtain, as it hits the water edge, goes, and as you look out on the camp now, there is nothing left.
What is it? Is like a crater or a scorch
Not a
mark?
crater. Like
Just
every
mark on
piece
the
of
map.
organic matter is
It would be
gone.
like a small desert.
Yeah.
Nicholas, please, could I have the map?
Okay, yeah.
I
Reaches
just
the
put a
dragon
massive
arrow.
scorch mark where the camp was.
Well, thank fuck I wasn't in that.
But as you make your way down the river, you are at the mercy of its currents. You can keep yourself from dashing against the rocks or the shores and keep that kind of thing going. But you make your way.
I think that's fair compared to being
Death.
at the mercy of a giant wall of death fire.
Death,
You
yeah.
make your
yeah.
way down into the rivers and deeper, farther south. And I'll move you to the main map. If I can
We've
find.
converted a boat into a raft.
Can I draw on this map?
Please don't. It takes a really long time to load, anyways.
Yeah, this is like special victory map.
The way this works is kind of like I was trying to remember.
need to
Monte.
update the party
It's like
location.
Xenosaga, like the size of the map with all the hexes,
Yeah.
and each one's full of a massive fucking monkey.
Uh,
Especially the one right outside Port Nyanzari.
Captain, make me a survival check.
Another survival.
Mhm.
Advantage or normal?
You have advantage.
Oh, 6.
You
That's
don't know
awful.
which way you're going. You're going from on the river, but you don't know which direction you're headed. The storm clouds are too heavy
I
for
know
you to
where we're
navigate.
going.
Do you? Which way does the river flow?
I have the map in my hands, and I'm going to use my navigator tools to consider where the fuck we're going.
At disadvantage. It's still a skill check.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You have no idea where you're going.
On the river.
You're on the river,
This is where the river is.
but normally the river doesn't really have a current. At the moment, you could be going north, south. Hell, you could end up down one of its tributaries.
What's a tributary?
A small bit.
Offshoot.
An offshoot.
But we don't know which way we're going.
What
Yeah.
about the guide?
Surely we
the guide.
should, because the way we approached would have been from one direction, and we would have just. So surely
You-
we know whether we're going further into the jungle or out
Wait.
of the jungle.
Is it still storming?
Okay. It is very stormy, yeah.
Oh fuck. Okay.
That's
So,
why
I mean,
you
I
don't.
mean, it could split off at some point, but like at least we'd have an up or down direction.
You reckon? Okay, so based on that information, yeah, you reckon you're going north,
Alright,
but you don't know if you're on the main river or not.
that's better than the other option.
I will be honest, gentlemen. I can keep us afloat, but I don't know where the fuck we're going. I haven't known since I got air tower wound up in a cage.
So after a
A
while,
float is good for now.
Is it getting rapid, or are we just at like we're at a pace, but it's
you're at a
controllable?
pace, and the river is kind of swerving and moving with the winds and the rains and everything else. The river's actually swelled past its normal size by quite a
Not
significant amount.
like rough seas, so
Eh.
we're kind of stable.
Yeah.
In fact that but we just don't know where we're heading.
Yeah, the big
Why don't you
date.
stay in the middle.
Well, I say we wait it out until like this rain stops, or at least we start to see some passable land. How
The-
many wounded do we have?
It's the sister and the person she brought in. That's it.
Who'd you bring in? Do we recognize him?
It is one of the
Or
people
her?
you. It's one of the people you healed. One of the women you healed. One of the ones who had mad monkey fever.
So we only let women on board.
Women and children first.
Does the dwarf count as a child?
I don't count as a child, you poncy shit. I don't know where we're going either.
That was out of character.
You're not. Generally, you're not supposed to travel during the storms on the rivers, but we didn't really have much of a choice. We didn't have a choice. Did you see that curtain of fire? I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, but apparently it doesn't like to swim, so...
Well,
Yeah, the water does seem a little bit safer than what.
thank Cord
yeah.
for that.
Well, I mean, what have we dealt with? Some piranhas, some vines. Yeah,
Oh no, the fish are nasty in there.
Leeches.
definitely feels safer.
So as you travel down the river, it begins to get darker than it is. The rains continue, but they're starting to ease up a little.
On the bright side, we have drinking water.
I want to I guess scan the area, and I would have been doing this as we were traveling.
Sure.
Like looking for you know, like I said, passable ground, like something that doesn't look like it's just like waterlogged and.
Okay.
I will
Any
say,
chance we
There's actually,
noticed
like,
the vines we
break
passed
in
by
it.
earlier?
Breaks in the tree lines and
but
whatever.
between concentrating on the fact that I need to keep this thing afloat, I will also, between like things and smooth parts, be checking to see if anyone is wearing anything valuable.
Okay, both of you make perception checks for the various things you're making perception checks for.
I just want to point out I'm not wearing my armor. And...
Okay.
2 5s, so that is 21 or 6. Depends what counting system you're using.
The normal one?
Alright. Just put it
Captain,
out
you
there.
you
It
look
could have been a
over
21.
you look over these people. Everyone here looks beaten to fuck. If there's anything valuable on them, they're hiding it well. You look like most of the people you're with are armed to varying degrees.
I mean, there is the cannon.
There's a kobold with a parasol.
Yeah, actually, that you do notice that because that's fairly obvious.
Wait, like I am
the man-
also noticing that Nicholas has like this big ass cannon. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
is it
yeah.
awesome looking?
Oh yeah.
I'm
But
a
it's-
gasping.
But it's It's like nothing you've ever seen before.
Is it like
Gagging
super
like
hot? Yeah.
for water.
Is it like the face of a man who knows there's an apple strudel nearby and he's starving?
Yeah.
Well, that's fucking pretty. That's pretty hectic.
Anyways. So
Perception check.
was 6.
Mine was a 6.
You spot what looks to be a passable spot to set land on your left hand side.
Alright, Captain, pull over there. Don't know what to call him.
Captain's fine. It's fitting since, well, I am a captain after all. Have my own crew and ship.
You're talking right now or before?
Really? Where are they?
They're not currently in my possession as of right now, but I mean, it still counts since it exists.
I don't think it does, laddie.
My name is Lord Esquire Nicholas. And this is young Mark.
Lord, you say? You're
If we're introducing
traveling
ourselves,
traveling
you
pretty
just
light.
pull us over. to
Yeah,
the
I'm
map.
pulling us over.
if we're introducing myself, my name is Sil. I was the chief cleric at what was Camp Vengeance. Aye, My name is Musharib.
Well, we know your name.
Nice to meet you, Moose Rib.
Musharib.
What's the old girl's name?
Oh, I didn't actually get her name. Maybe when she fully regains consciousness. She's kind of like leaning against Syl.
Okay.
Well, you introduced you to what about the big lizard man?
He's the man who needs no introduction. Will you just put us over to that?
I'm working on it.
Okay, so you kind of guide the boat down into the side of this little... It's like almost like a little inlet, and kind of like looks like it was designed for boats to kind of sit in. Somehow, like naturally designed that way. So there's a little like side tributary that you can just kind of park the boat in, and it kind of away from the main stream of river that's pouring out towards whatever direction this is. As you kind of pull into it, your guide, Mushurib, looks around. I think we should be careful, laddies. It's a bit dangerous here, you know. But
No.
From what I've been able to gather, it's a bit dangerous everywhere.
Don't tell me there's goblins here as well.
there
You
are
don't
goblins
really have
everywhere,
to tell
laddie.
me it's dangerous. I fought many things on the way down, and when I finally came across civilization, you took me weapons and threw me in a cage.
It wasn't me, laddie. It was the ones at conventions, and
They were cunts.
so goes. I apologize for that, Captain. Commander Breakbone was a rather
Cunt.
hard-line person. I suppose that is a accurate term for him. He's now no longer with us, though, as you and your friends made sure that he burned with his camp.
Yeah, good riddance.
I don't think anyone would like to die the way he did, though. Did you see what the fires did to them?
What about the other wounded?
You save what you can.
I know, but like he didn't. I don't feel bad about him. He was a cunt.
No, but it doesn't mean you should murder people.
I
Does it
would
count?
never.
Does it count as murder if you cut someone's foot and stop them escaping from a fire that's definitely gonna kill them?
Yes.
Well, shit. I guess I need to rethink myself.
But I am not here to judge you. That is
We
for
didn't-
Torm to do.
I didn't murder him.
Are we are we on the shore
Yeah,
now?
you're on the shore now. You're kind of sitting there and kind of
I want to pull the
you're
boat.
resting a bit.
What is bad specifically about this place?
Mushib looks around. I don't know, laddie, and it just gets me hackles up.
Well, I saw this on a puppet show once, back in my own village, and I take it out of the bag and like Jurassic Park style, let the goat out into the jungle,
It did.
just to see if anything like jumps out of it.
So you open the thing and command goat to come out.
Yeah.
It's been longer than 10 minutes of traveling
Yeah.
and everything else.
It
It
did.
drops out dead. Goes bloop, bloop.
Food.
So we set this goat carcass up in the jungle slightly, and then see if anything comes for it. Classic thing from a puppet show. That's exactly what I was on about.
Did you
I'm
forget?
gonna start pulling the boats onto shore.
Did you forget the bag of holdings have no air, Dean?
No, I didn't, but I forgot that the passage of time actually occurs when you're going down a river. I was gonna keep letting it out, but then I got so embroiled in it that I forgot about the goat.
Just have a ghost head stick out.
That feels like something he would do. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So you've got a goat. Are you guys actually gonna like tie this goat up like a
Oh
little
yeah,
farther
just
away?
like
Okay.
a little, like,
Why you're tying it up? It's not gonna run anywhere.
The dwarf and Syl are salivating as you do this.
or maybe we should just tie a bit of it up.
Aye, laddie. I get the fire going, and we'll have some nice
are you
goat
good at
steaks.
Butchery? Aye.
A dab hand with a knife. That's good enough.
Alright, here.
I tend to get better at butchery the more they piss me off.
Uh,
I want to untie this extra boats we have after I get them on land, and call Nicholas over.
I want to start lighting some bug incense as well then.
Okay, so you light some bug incense up. Can you all give me perception
I
checks?
hack a little bit out of the top of a tree, so it's, kind of like a sconce.
Okay, yeah. You kind of go
Stick the incense in there.
and stick the incense in there, and it begins to waft and smell outside of the kind of general area. The rain is kind of mostly abated, so there's a little bit of sprinkling, but not much more than that. And the incense begins to waft outwards. Mark, well done.
Oh, perception. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
This place stinks.
It does stink. Nicholas?
Yeah.
Perception check, please.
Sorry. Because I thought someone was walking up to talk to me. That's an 11 with disadvantage.
Okay. Mark, off in the distance, through the trees and through vines and things, you see something. Standing next to some rocks and ferns is an 8-foot tall statue. Humanoid in shape, bronze fists, iron joints, and an adamantine breastplate. It's like a black, shiny metal. And an iron helm with tiny little slits for eyes. The rest of the statue is made of sculpted wood, reinforced with bands and rivets of the same adamantine material. You recognize it. You're quite... scattered around its feet, you see offerings of food, feathers, colored stones, skulls, and a little bit of gold. You're the only one who sees this.
Mushrib,
Aye.
could you come over here for a sec? Do you see that?
If you point it out to him.
Yeah.
What the hell is that, laddie?
It's a wooden thing, a wooden statue, but it's wearing something adamant.
It's not wearing it, it is it. It's a statue that is this.
Why would you make a statue out of adamantine wood?
I don't know, laddie. I don't know what that is. I don't know what adamantine is.
There's gold at the feet of it, look at that. Is that Tom?
Tom?
Yeah, the god thing the lady mentioned.
I don't know what you're talking about, laddie.
The nurse, hey!
Yes?
Who were you praying to earlier?
Torm.
Torm. Is that him?
No, Torm's a god, not a statue. That is not a statue of Torm.
Who that?
I don't know. Maybe you should go look.
Oh boy. Alright, I'll go look. I'll be back in a bit.
The rest of you watch as Mark walks off in the jungle. Both Mushrib and Syl just kind of watching after him. They've laid down the injured soldier next to you, kind of in the camp, probably nearest the fire.
Would I follow him discreetly?
You can do.
Yeah, I want to slip away and see what he's seen. I've heard this conversation going
Okay,
on.
stealth check.
Okay, let's see.
I'm gonna just be tending to the fire and
Okay.
Not that high.
Can I do a bit of fancy recovering work on some of these sketches I was working out for the irrigation system?
Yeah.
Just so they're not a complete loss.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Yeah, you can make a tinkering check to do so.
Do I have a musical instrument?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's a shame.
Depending on your background.
You can sing.
No, I don't. So it's just me and the NPCs left, yeah?
No, I think Joseph's still there.
Oh.
Yeah, I was pulling the boats over, the spare ones, and because I had an idea.
Okay, I'll go over to Joseph while this is happening.
Mark, what's your passive perception higher than 10, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you notice Captain following you. He's trying to be quiet. He's doing a passable job of it, but he's not perfect.
Is he
Mind
singing
slam.
like a stalking whistle? Do-do-do.
I'd hope so.
More like he's
Mind
stepping
slam.
on a leaf every so often. That kind of thing.
Slam.
You mind slam him.
Mind slam.
Okay, Constitution saving throw, Captain.
What do I have to beat?
Make the check first.
11.
I don't think you beat
12.
Okay.
it. So you are thrown to the ground immediately.
Ouch! Little help!
You do take damage as well, so. Oh.
You took 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground.
You are dead.
Hold on, how much? What is it? Bludgeoning? Is it?
It's probably bludgeoning.
Force damage.
Well, yeah, force, which is the magical equivalent of bludgeoning.
For me, come join me.
Anyways,
I don't know what you just did, but my face hurts.
Well, it should. Just a minor migraine. It won't last.
I was more hoping to surprise anything that might jump out on you rather than you jump out on me, but
Oh,
fair.
Go back into hiding. I will pretend that I win.
go back and hiding.
Okay, so the two of you who are at the camp.
Yeah.
Let's go to you. Let's do you first. What are you guys doing?
So, I was thinking, sir, we could use the spare boats to get ourselves up off the ground for the night, or use them to block the rain.
It's a wonderful idea. How can I help?
Well, I'm not sure which we should do, and there's...
Make a survival check. You have disadvantage, obviously, but ooh, look at fun that. You
Hey,
reckon?
Hey, Brad,
Yeah.
can I rush the toilet real quick? I'm about to die.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'll deal with it.
I'm gonna go to the
Roll
as well.
for survival.
Someone's mind slammed it out of you.
Oh,
So
Jesus.
mind slammed the urine out of my bowel.
Oh,
my bladder.
I'll do Joseph's thing first. That way, everyone has time to come back. You know that looking at the sky and the kind of the weather and the way which way it's going, the rain is likely to stop relatively soon, and getting off the ground is probably going to lead to a better night's sleep than just covering yourself in the rain. You're inland enough that the trees are kind of dealing with most of that. If it was more of the tropical or the heavy rains, then it might be more worth it, but at the moment the rains seem to be abating.
Mm-hmm. Dean's also gone to the bathroom when I was talking to him, so...
Yeah.
So I'll also go to the bathroom.
Okay, we'll take a break. We'll take a 5-minute break then.
Good, I'll be right back. Gonna try and find some pain meds. My shoulder's killing me for some shit reason.
Okay.
Probably
Be back
the way
in
I'm
like
leaning.
10 minutes.
Yes.
Well, not restart it, but you know what I mean. Cool. We're back. So, Joseph Spinman has just realized that it's better off to get off the ground rather than to try and, cover themselves in rain. You're mostly covered with the rain as light as it is right now. He's just trying to work out what that is. And he was just about to have a conversation with Nicholas.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we could convert them into beds of some sort, or at least platforms to get up off the ground.
Which one has more surface area? I know, obviously, normal boats are kind of fluted downwards, but wouldn't the underside make a better raised portion than the other way out? Because obviously, is it easier to build these boats together? I'm asking what's underneath the boats.
They're kind of like they are fluted in the same way. They're basically canoes kind of thing. So if you think like a canoe, it's like a flat. It's curved mostly towards like a point.
We could tie them to trees and sleep in them like hammocks.
That would work.
That's a good idea, but let's do a little bit of modification on them. If they're just wastage, we're just going to use them for their floating capabilities, yes? Or we could obviously do some work on them with your divinity. If we cut along the top, sorry, I need a drink.
You should still have some tension here.
In case it's not the time for Tej, Joseph. In case something attacks us in the night, we should I don't want to be in a canoe.
That's fair. Can we start drawing up plans?
Yeah, can we have a montage then?
Yeah, you can have a little montage. It's time for a montage.
We need to bring on these to kind of cut them open.
You need to make a tinkering check, yeah. And if you
At
get
normal,
the two
'cause I'm
NPCs,
helping.
yeah,
Yeah,
the two
that's
NPCs will help you well in terms of being able to kind
17.
of. Yeah. So between the two of you, you manage to work out plans that will give you a suitable sleeping platform of some kind. The two NPCs kind of help you take apart the boats to not to a point where they're completely useless as boats, but they are still continue.
Well, we
to
have
function.
we're not taking apart the steel boat.
Yeah.
That's not the boat we need. We just need the other boat to stabilize.
Okay, so you're taking apart the one boat and kind of building it like a sleeping platform.
No, we're taking
out of
apart I thought we had 3 other boats
You do have-
attached to our boat.
that.
Taking apart those
Okay,
boats.
so you're taking apart those boats and you're taking them apart and moving them into creating a sleeping platform out of them. Yeah, that's fine. You can do that. So you spend the time doing this. This will probably take you about an hour roughly. While that's going on, Mark and Captain, you guys get closer to this statue. As you get closer to it, you get a better look at kind of what it's made of. It is, and Captain, you notice this as well. It's kind of you're kind of looking at what this thing is, and you see the same things. It's larger than you are, probably about 8 to 9 feet tall. Actually, I think I have a better description in this book. It is about. He's freaking huge. Actually, I wonder if there's.
There's 5 marks on each other.
Yeah, now for this.
Let me get this. Hold on. Let me get the actual stats up.
There it is.
Yeah, that's 3 marks. Yep.
Yeah, this thing is freaking huge. There are large metal pauldrons that kind of are on its shoulders. A huge.
To be fair, that's not that big.
It's taller than both of you.
Yeah, but 3 marks aren't that big.
3 marks aren't that big, but if mark is your unit of measurement, that's a terrible unit of measurement. Mark shouldn't be used as a unit of measurement. Although I think a mark is a unit of measurement. Yeah, it is.
How many marks tall is this?
3, as you just find out. You just told me. Large, imposing hands, huge this thing's massive, like in terms of what it's built of, and you're noticing as you get closer to it that the offerings around it are plentiful and from all kinds of things. You notice small pieces of jewelry that kind of remind you of the Patiri tribe of the Patiri tribes of goblins. You also see little bits of like would look like vegetables, lots of vegetables, and like they're all like, it almost looks like there's like a section for all of the Batiri goblins, then there's a section for all of these kind of like vegetables and that kind of thing. There's a whole section for like fish and small little like colored and shiny stones, and there's these three sections for all this stuff, and this statue kind of stands
Does it have any
unmoving in the
writing
middle.
on it?
Look at that. That must be the god of
Does
autism.
it have any writing on it?
You can't say that.
Make me an Arcana check. Actually, do you have it trained?
I do not know.
Okay. Do you have a trained mark?
Yes,
It's a disadvantage.
I know. That's why I rolled twice.
Okay. That's still enough, however. This thing is fairly common. That's what it looks
I'm
like,
expecting the captain to be.
and that's what it is. This is a shield guardian. It is an arcane construct. It is something you've read about before. Something... a lot of wizards have these things, and a lot of... they create them to kind of protect them, because they know they're quite fragile things. So they create them to kind of keep them safe. Keep them safe from horrible, awful things that are, kind of running around. Usually, however, you have a roll of 10 now. That's all you know.
That's not a statue. Cap.
Well,
That's that's one of those moving robots. There's those. What are they
why
called?
is it here?
It's Warforged, but big one.
Yeah, but why is it in the middle of a jungle?
I don't know. Normally there's like wizards with it. Maybe I can make it up. Maybe I can wake it up. Can you hold on? Can you lift me up there?
I don't see why not, but do you think it'd be pissed off if I steal from it?
Depends on if it's. I don't know what a shield guardian's doing with things. I mean, doesn't eat vegetables. Did it arrange them itself?
Well, you know what? I'll lift you up onto it. I'll take a few steps back, and if it comes alive, I'll go and warn them all that you're dead. Does that sound fine?
Okay, so you, Captain, you lift him up to kind of take a closer look at this thing. Make me an investigation check, Mark.
You found a mark on his shoulders. Who finds the mark on its shoulder?
You kind of scour over this thing, brushing some of the vines that have grown over it across, but you don't find any identifying marks. It just looks like an ordinary shield guardian to you. One that's been out in the jungle for a while, and there are signs of, if it wasn't made of adamantine, or very large portions of it weren't made of adamantine, it probably would have rusted. But the metal, basically, from what you know of adamantine, it's basically unrustable. It's nearly impervious.
You don't do dead. Yeah, you don't do dead. I was expecting there's something like this in the jungles to have been plundered by now. Especially because apparently people found it and put stuff at its feet.
Would we be able to, like, assume, like, whether people have been, like, worshipping this thing, or whether this thing is, like, protecting
Make
something?
me a survival check.
15.
Looking around, you see there is evidence of footprints. There are evidence of goblins, grungs, and a creature you've not seen before. Other small, like leading up to where the vegetables are.
Yeah.
They look to be looking around at the guardian, you realize that all of the if it were to be just left here on its own, it would have been consumed by the jungle by now. Most of this thing has been like cleared away. In fact, it looks like you're actually realizing it now, looking around. You're standing in a small like little clearing. Your assumptions are probably correct. There are various tribes in this area that are worshipping this thing.
Do you think maybe if we take their things, they might think it's just the gods happy with their, sacrifices?
Oh no, you should rearrange them so they're not in the right order anymore.
Yeah, but then I can't profit off it.
Where are you going to sell that to anyway? There's nobody here.
There's nobody right here in the immediate area, but there's villages and...
This thing might just be activating or alive or whatever you call shield guardians.
Alright, I'm gonna test it out.
If I just bunk on his head.
Well, how about this? You're up there, I'm gonna pick something up. If it kicks off, you kick its head off.
You hit when you wrap his head.
That's not a separate helmet. That's like attached.
When you wrap on its head, nothing happens.
By the way, can I make a look around and can I look around? Like, we're in a clearing, you said? There's not goes from the bushes or anything.
Make a perception check.
19.
You don't spot anyone else out here right now.
Alright, hold on. Something. Can I identify what the most valuable thing is around this thing?
There's probably about 40 gold sitting on the ground, all told, in like all the different piles. Some of the colored stones, they just look like polished glass, like they're river glass, if you know what that is. Some of the food might be useful, but a lot of it's rotting. It's been here for a while. It's been in the rain and everything else.
Alright.
So, the gold is probably the most valuable thing. There's nothing really super valuable.
Is it in like a little pouch or something?
No, it's just like little gold coins and things.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly reach out, grab the gold coins, and make a beeline for the fucking like bushes and see if anything happens.
Okay.
I'm just gonna handful grab them and sprint.
Okay, so you pick up one of the gold coins and you rush off. Mark's kind of sitting on this thing now, basically. And you hold your breath for a second, expecting the shield guarding to move. But nothing. Stands there stoically, staring out into the jungle, as it's done for as long as you have no idea how long this thing's been sitting there.
Alright, I'm gonna walk back out to it and just go to Mark. It looks like it's fine. I'm gonna go ahead.
What are you expecting it to do?
I don't know, get pissed off or kill you
You really
or...
think that someone put a shield guardian in the middle of the jungle so they could guard some gold at their feet?
Look, I don't know why it's here. But I'm gonna help myself to its things.
So you grab the 40 gold.
Yeah, I'll grab up the 40 gold.
Okay, so you add 40 gold to your inventory.
Did you say there was
try and,
jewels and stuff?
Hmm?
Did you say there was any jewels or jewelry you said?
Colored stones, river glass. Do you know what river glass is?
Not particularly.
If you take a piece of colored glass and stick it in the river long enough, especially a flowing river, it will smooth it out. And it looks almost like a jewel, but it's your trained pirate eye knows what this stuff is. In fact, it's also called beach glass as well. That's the other thing you can sometimes get because the beach.
But it wouldn't have any worth to it.
Oh God, no. Well, that's a complicated
Trained pirate
question.
eye, it doesn't look like it. So
Wait,
if
actually-
you
It's
were
not
a
like a
trained
ruby.
pirate-
Actually, you know what? Yeah. Well, I figure if they're stupid enough to try and offer it as jewels or something, I'll take it and
Okay, so you
maybe
grab.
if we bump into them.
I would say you add like 20. Say you have like 10 pounds of river glass. It's not like you have like a bunch of stones. You just have like a bunch of them. Can't believe I've never heard of river glass. It's actually really pretty, but it's just not very valuable.
Thing is, The people dumb enough to give offerings are also the people dumb enough to get offended when other people take the offering.
True.
Well,
Although
they don't know I've taken it.
Mark's gonna try and telepathically see if the machine is responding to
responding to what?
Ask it
Oh, it's to talk.
telepathic.
Okay, so you're trying to telepathically talk to it.
Yeah.
You
Just
get
go, Mr. Rust Bucket, are you still there? Hello? Hello?
You get nothing back.
Wakey, wakey.
If I circle around this thing, can I see? Is there any like hatches on the floor, or is there any kind of thing around this thing? I heard that it would be protecting something. So like, I'm gonna look around. Is there any like trap doors or anything which might lead to somewhere? Like just by walking around.
Looking around the clearing, and you kind of look. I'll describe the clearing a little bit better now. So it's an empty clearing. There's a single tree sitting in the middle of the kind of thing, and the guardian is kind of standing in front of it. And then there's like the offerings all around. I think like if you've seen Sword Art Online, you know the last scene with the dying girl, that island where there's a tree and then it's kind of like that. There's a huge amount of offerings.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's like it's like that. There's like a little clearing with like just this one tree.
You just spoiled the ending of Sword Art Online for all
fuck.
60 of your viewers.
There's only 2 people in there right now, so it's fine. One of them is probably Niels.
Well, do you think I have watched Sword Art Online?
No, I think you're in my Twitch stream.
There's 2 people in there, one of them's me.
Yeah, one of them is you.
My God.
Sorry for the other
looking at-
person if you
I'm
watch
just
Sword Art
looking at
Online
this
and I've
GIF,
spoiled that for you. I am sorry.
Could you also spoil the first episode because it's not worth watching? So just spoil and then start at episode 2.
Ouch.
That's the new game.
That's harsh there, Niels.
No, the first
I'll
episode's
do it.
terrible.
Don't watch the first episode of Gungrave.
Wow.
If you watch like I think it's like the episode 3 of Gungrave forward, it actually is a lot better because then you
that's
don't.
why I watched
Thing
it. That's
is-
what I'm saying.
First
Yeah.
one's shit. But
Just-
that's
it's just-
Anyways, moving back to the game.
Well, is there anything with this
I
dodgy
just lost the
tree?
game.
You look around. Can you make a perception check? You did 19 and 18. Looking around, there's no hatches or anything, but you kind of look up into the tree bough, and you spot something sitting up there. You need to go up there to actually see what it is, though.
What you looking at?
I'm pointing it out to him in the tree. Could it possibly be that, whatever the hell that is up there that the thing's protecting?
The fuck's that?
It's kind of hard to see. It's like a
Can
little.
you see it if he's a bit higher up because he's on top of this thing?
Yeah,
What are
actually,
the
that's a good point.
What are
Yeah.
the trees like?
It's a tree, your single
Are
tree
they
inside,
are they strong trees? Do they have
Yeah.
strong branches? Or is it tiny fucking twig
like a jungle tree.
branches? Are
Jungle
there
tree.
vines? Yeah.
Yeah, there are vines hanging down. Most of them have been cleared away either by you in terms of like getting it away from the shield guardian, or by whatever is kind of
I'll
revering
stick
this
with the
creature.
branches.
The branches or the vines?
The branches.
Probably about not your arm. Probably Mushrab's arm's thickness.
They're
And
strong enough to
this
hold
thing
the
is
cobalt.
sitting like it just looks like you can see like a bottom bit of a leather something. You're not sure if it's a bag or what, but it's sitting kind of up on the top of the tree.
So I can see what that is. The branches look strong enough to hold the cobalt.
Yeah. Don't you have
I'm
telekinesis?
going to, That's a good point. But I'm going to grab a grappling hook from my backpack.
I'm
attach
going
it
to take
a
a
bit of
few
rope
steps back.
of my from my backpack, and I'm
Okay.
going to sling a grappling hook up high into the tree.
Make an attack roll.
I'm going to say if this thing moves, I am going to use every single thing that I can to get away from it.
Okay.
I can
So you
use
ready in
the
action to
30
run.
for this, right?
Yeah, I'll say so. Yeah, it's a thrown thing. Yeah, so you and you get the grappling hook up in the boughs of the tree.
I'm gonna see what that thing is.
Okay. So with the grappling
If I
hook, you
call
don't
you,
even need
you should like. I would appreciate if you could try to catch me.
make an athletics check. You would have advantage, but you don't because you have disadvantage. So just make a flat roll. But the grappling hook is giving you advantage. You're kind of climbing up. It looks like you're watching this captain, and he's struggling quite a lot with this. But eventually, he makes his way up. He doesn't like fall out of the tree or anything. He's quite weak. It takes him a long time to kind of pull himself all the way up there. By the time you get up into the branches, though, you're kind of a little higher up now. You can see a bit farther. You get a nice view of the jungle. This tree is kind of markedly higher than a couple of the other trees, like in terms of the general tops. You can see quite far out, and you can probably from where you are now, you can see Camp Vengeance or what remains of it. Again, it looks like
I can see the scourge from here.
Yeah, you see a desert, effectively. No trees, no nothing.
Wait, hold on. Can I tell where we are, north, east, south, west from Vengeance and Sun? Is there sun?
There's no sun currently. It's night. We're getting to night. And make a survival check with advantage, so you cancel it out. Because it was clever. You reckon you're about here, roughly.
Wait, northwest?
Yeah, you kind of made your way up here somehow. Looks like you came off of one of the tributaries at some point and ended up quite a bit deeper into the jungle than you thought.
Okay.
So if I...
Northwest.
Right.
Then distance-wise, how far is that distance-wise?
That's where you are. So if you see, if I move this thing, that's not what I wanted. Not that.
Roughly 3 hexes northwest of Vengeance. Alright. So Mark knows where they are. Mark still has map. Mark knows where we are. Alright. The leather-bound object. What is it?
So you realize what the book, what it is. Inside is it's like a leather satchel, and inside the satchel, you find.
Someone left their bag up here.
Okay. Do you want to look
What's
inside the satchel?
inside the bag?
Can I sit on the branch?
Yeah.
It's probably perched on the branch, right?
Small
I
of
can sit stable on that.
you're small enough to kind of just sit there and kind of lean against the trunk of the tree, and you pull open the satchel. It's not locked or anything. You open it up and you find a leather-bound tome, quite large, hefty thing.
Oh, it's a book. Do I recognize the cover?
No. It's just a dark leather-bound tome with gold bands around it. And a small, not a lock, but like a clasp to keep the book, solid.
I'm gonna grab my knife, my dagger.
Okay.
I'm gonna open the book. See what it says.
Okay. So, opening the book.
He's blank.
What was that roar? I heard like a dinosaur.
I didn't hear a roar.
You have the stream open.
No.
Is your mum
You-
hungry?
You open the book. You open the book.
You can't.
You open the book, and
Sure you
there
can.
are. You will have looked at arcane books before, haven't you?
Yeah.
In your studies.
Yes, I have. Yes,
Okay.
I definitely would have.
This looks a lot like some of those books, but it's in a script in a way. It's written in a way that doesn't make sense to you.
Alright. So this is more of that Chaldean language I saw earlier.
No, this is different. This looks like you've seen books. Would you come? No, you probably wouldn't have come across one of these. These are even in that library. You wouldn't have come across one of these. But it looks kind of like it has some of the same arcane runes and things like that. And there are some little bits that you recognize, like the starts of things, like key phrases. But there are formulas in here that don't make a lot of
Okay,
sense
so
to you.
it's not language-wise.
No.
It's just
It looks like it's written in
theory-wise,
code.
I have no idea what the fuck this is.
Yeah, it looks like it's a lot of it looks like it's written in code as well, or or like shorthand notation. If you see what I mean.
Would this be someone's spellbook?
Make.
Or
Do
is
you
it
have
not
Arcana
that kind
trained?
of formulas?
Do you have Arcana trained?
I do.
Then roll an Arcana check with disadvantage.
Double crit. Ah, damn it.
12. Looking over this, that assumption you think might be right. This might be somebody's spellbook.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to put it back in the satchel. Satchel probably has a clasp, right? So I can throw it over my shoulder.
Yeah. So you pull the satchel over your shoulder. Make me an athletics check to make it down the tree. It's with disadvantage. Oh no, it's flat because it's flat because of the grappling. Yep. Yeah, you make it down the tree much easier. Down on the bottom, next to the shield.
Undo the grappling hook. Undo the rope. Put those back in.
You get it back in.
No,
Tie it up.
still no response from Robot.
Nope.
From Mr. Guardian.
Hasn't moved an inch.
I'm gonna wave the
Is
the
this-
satchel at his face. Like, is this what you're guarding?
Silent as the grave.
Thing must be I don't know. Either I've got the wrong idea about this thing, or look, I think it's someone's spellbook.
Do you think maybe it's a distance thing? Like if we move away too far from it, it'll come
What's
after
more,
us?
I think the person whose spellbook this is was the guy he was defending. I mean, normally shield guardians are defending wizards. You know, those weird guys with a beard and magic wumbo jumbo.
Aldous was a wizard, by the way, just for your information.
Yeah, exactly. Those weird guys with the beards and the magic wumbo jumbo.
Well, Aldous did have a beard.
Fair enough. Do you think there's anything else here? Is it? We're sure it's not guarding
Well, if he's
anything
guarding
magical,
this,
or
do you think this is like proximity based? Like, if we walk away with this, he'll get angry.
maybe I.
I toss the leather satchel up an inch, and then mystic hand it 20 feet away from us.
Nothing happens.
Still floating in the air. Does anything happen?
No. Shield Guardian still sits there, silent as the
And
graves.
pull it back to my hand. That's not it.
Oh well, fair enough. I'm good with that.
But where's the guy that?
You guys eventually probably make your way back to the camp at this point, and kind of like grumbling about what you found and talking about.
Mark
So,
is
what
going
the-
to rearrange all the offerings into shit piles, not Make
by the
sure
time you
I-
get back, Mushrab
up.
asks you, "So what is it, laddie? What did you find?"
I found this baggie. It's not actually a statue. It's one of those guardian things. You know, the ones that wizards have with them sometimes.
I don't know what you're talking about, laddie.
Well, have you never
Nick-
seen wizards? They're the weird old people with the beards and magic mumbo jumbo.
I've seen wizards, laddie. Your friend was one, the one who died. One who has heart torn from his body. Did you forget that, laddie?
Never mind me. Don't have to remind me.
Anyways, Nicholas and Joseph, you've overheard kind of this conversation as you're kind of working on the boats and things. You're kind of finished up by the time they come back. It takes both of you about an hour to kind of complete your task, but you hear them as they're coming back talking about a shield guardian. Nicholas, make me an Arcana check.
On it. Sorry, that was a,
That's
so
right.
a disadvantage. Yep.
Yep.
I need to see what my modifier is. 16.
You've heard of shield guardians before. You know a bit more about them. A shield guardian always has an amulet attached to it that's linked to it, and it's the amulet that controls it.
I relay this information. I
I
don't
don't
know.
think it had one.
I didn't see one. I looked around for anything valuable.
you want to look at it, Nicholas? Show you where it is.
I would rather lay on the sidelines of any jungle crimes. I had enough for today.
Not a crime. It's someone left his car here, pretty much.
Robbery's a crime.
You know, who says we're gonna steal it? Just want to see if it works. It's interesting. I mean, it's like, well, you know, I found this up at the top of the tree above it. Look at this.
I have a look at it. What do I see?
If he explains what it is, it looks like a wizard spellbook. You've actually probably seen Aldous' before,
Okay,
at one point or another.
but it's all nonsense.
Yeah, it's all nonsense to you. Might make sense to Aldous,
Alright.
but we're another wizard.
Okay, so that's great.
Make me
Very confused, Mark.
a straight intelligence check, Nicholas.
So just a straight. That's not urge. So
No.
one roll.
Yep.
19.
19. Mark is kind of describing this thing to you at some point, and he kind of mentions what it's made of. He mentions it's made of things like adamantine. It's made of, and that seems to be the chief component of this thing. As he's mentioning that, you remember you have something else that's made of adamantine. You picked up at some point.
Yes. I reach into my breast pocket and pull out the thing.
Okay.
The adamantite pendant.
Yep. With Vorn written on it, I think it is.
Yeah.
Vorn.
Hey!
Jason Bourne.
Vorn. Not born, Vorn.
Didn't you just say that pendants control the things?
I hold it up and speak the name.
Okay. You don't hear anything. You also know that you can command, if you have the amulet, you can command the shield guardian to do things.
Okay.
If you have what you think you have.
That's a pretty nice amulet.
Thank you. It's mine. Was there any names on that statue?
I didn't see anything. It was pretty muddy and covered in vines and stuff. Can go back to check.
What time of the day is it at this point, and how's like dinner kind of going?
Early evening. Mushrab looks to be, I'm making a lovely goat stew. Ah, it'll be wonderful, laddies. Just like the mum used to make. Another 30 minutes or so. If you get me some mushrooms, it'll be even nicer.
Alright, on it. Let's go to the statue.
Okay, so you walk over to the statue along with Mark, I guess.
I'll go as well.
Mark got his dagger out for
we
the extra
really
life.
we really should stay in pairs.
Pez?
Yes, we should stay in pairs.
Oh!
Me and Mark will go.
I the thing. Why can't I go?
You go. Mark will stay. But
I wanna
Mark
see
won't.
it.
Yes, see, Mark's not gonna not go.
What's wrong with us going as a 3?
Joseph's on his own.
Nice with the dwarf.
The dwarf isn't in this.
I'm not a
I
fighter,
don't think that's
laddies.
fair on him.
I'm not a fighter, laddies. I'm only here for, guiding. You do the fighting. If something comes out the jungle, I'll be, your poor friend Joseph over there will
Hold
be,
on. Captain, do you fight?
Depends how much they piss me off.
You have weapons. Well, I saw one.
You actually
Got
look at him.
lots of
He has like 6 swords.
yeah, there's shitloads of blades on him.
And a dagger and a short bow. He's loaded.
I'll hand you a little bag and ask you, can you stay here and protect the guys?
And the bag I hand you is a bag of caltrops.
How close are we to finishing up the sleeping platform?
You've pretty much finished. You're kind of doing the finishing touches.
Alright.
Fine. I'll stay. I understand when I'm not trusted.
You might not. Then that's not it. It's more the case of we need to be sure. We need to be sure Joseph's all right.
Have you? How long have you been in Cholt?
Right, would I remember this or know this?
You have been in. You haven't given me your backstory, but you've been in Cholt for probably about 4 months, maybe 5 months.
Few months. Good
Oh.
amount of it in captivity in 1 or 2 or 3 places, maybe.
Oh, so
Or you're
Captain,
gonna story over food.
That explains why you still have all your limbs. This place is hell, and we should not split up.
Fair enough. I like your cannon, so I'll trust you. I used to
Very
have many
fair.
of them.
Looking over at his cannon, no. His is very unique.
Yeah, many of those. That's a scary boat.
Yeah, I had loads of them. Bigger and better too.
Make a deception check. Because that's a blatant lie.
Oh no, no.
He believes it in his own mind.
Yeah, he might believe it in his own mind, but it's still a lie.
Is that arsehole mass producing now?
What arsehole would that be?
No one. No one
What?
important.
What? Who?
Oh, that's the thing. I didn't give me his name.
Wait.
Probably
hold
the
on.
one you mean.
Alvin, do I really have disadvantage on everything?
You're exhausted, yes.
I've got a lucky rock though.
What?
You never got the rock.
I've got a lucky magic lead bullet.
Yeah, that's a lead bullet.
I gave him
It's lead. Good. Anyways,
Well, go on. You head off to the thing. I'll stay with Oh, what's his name?
Joseph. And
That's the one.
that's Musharib, the cook.
Yeah, I remember Moose Rib.
You kick. Weren't you? Whatever. You can talk later. Nicholas. Come on.
you would remember Syl as well, and she was always kind, if nothing else.
I'll go and I'll take a. I'll see. I'll sit like a few like a bit away from Joseph, but I'll sit in with like the kind of cooking.
Yeah, because you're kind of both waiting for a meal at this point. The two of you wander off and go towards the Shield Guardian. You arrive in this clearing. It's pretty much the same as you left it, Mark. The sounds of the jungle are heavy. It's getting later and darker. It's still very quiet here as well. Very peaceful in a way. Almost in reverence in a lot of ways. Like a holy site. Feels very similar.
Quiet pocket from the storm as well then.
Very underneath the tree, yes. The sounds of the rain are quieter here.
See, way high up there. That's where I found this baggie with the book in. I
Okay.
climbed on its shoulder and it's not responding to whatever I do. And I didn't see any writing.
I would
Oh.
like to look for writing.
Okay,
I'll hold my
make an
dagger up so
investigation
it's
check.
brightly lit.
Yeah, he still has disadvantage because of exhaustion, but,
Not mega disadvantage.
well,
Mega disadvantage.
I think I rolled with mega disadvantage in my heart because that is a free.
did you roll a 1?
No.
That's a 2 then, yeah. You look over this thing, your eyes heavy with exhaustion and just general tiredness. You can't make out any names or numbers. You do note that the thing is made of adamantium, though. It's too obvious not to pass that up.
Can
The
I
thing is-
check again now that I'm taking a second look at it?
I'll let you do that. Yeah,
Perception and investigation.
investigation this time. Obviously disadvantage because of. Yeah. Again, you find no names or any identifying marks of any kind all over the thing. You scour it, but there's a lot of you reckon you are probably missing something, but it's something that your sleep-addled, exhausted mind can't grasp. You're
Can I-
holding, yeah.
So am I holding out the pendant?
So you have the pendant in your hand, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do?
What's the pendant say?
I speak
You
the
think that's-
name. The name of.
Vorn.
Mark holds up a bar of soap and just goes, soap.
When you pull the pendant up and say Vorn, expecting something to happen, still quiet.
Born identity.
Any ideas, Mark? I think these are related.
Well, shouldn't it, if it's an amulet, shouldn't it be around his neck? Its neck? Her neck? What is it?
I pass it to Mark and say, get it up on there then.
Why? You know I can't read. Alright,
You said
lift
you
me.
climbed a tree.
Not to get up on a show. Lift me.
As you say that, the guardian steps down and lifts you up.
Nicholas! What the fuck?
It's just holding you. It puts
Put
you
me
down.
down.
Lift him.
Nothing happens.
Lift Mark.
Nothing happens.
Lift the
It's not
kobold.
gonna work, Nicholas. I think I know. Can you lift Nicholas?
The guardian goes to lift you, Nicholas.
Lift Mark the kobold.
It doesn't do it. It's now picked you up.
Orange, okay.
I don't have my keys. Mommy has the
It's because Nicholas, look, it's because I have the pendant. I have
now-
it. Look,
Yeah, so Nicholas, you're in the air. It's picked you up relatively easily. It doesn't seem to strain in.
Put me down.
It doesn't.
No, I'm telling Mark.
oh, okay. Put Nicholas down.
It puts him down.
Daddy, I want some money.
So can you do anything else for? Was it for?
What's it gonna do?
Help.
It does nothing. It stares at
What should we do, Nicholas?
The weird thing is,
Hold on, can you
looks
try?
I take it off you.
okay, so you've got the amulet now.
Lift Mark the kobold, the blue kobold, in front of me, please.
It picks up Mark and lifts him in front of you.
Yeah. I took a toy into the jungle.
It's very smooth motions as well.
Hey, Mark, you steer. Get it to pick us up and take us back to the camp.
What?
So you've given the amulet to Mark. Okay. Please keep track of this because it's fucking ridiculous. I know Mark has it right now.
And I put the amulet on the free bowler hat.
If you play a shell game with the amulet, I will be mad.
Alright, alright. Okay, I'll climb up in the shoulder. Okay, lift Nicholas.
Okay, so he lifts Nicholas. Yeah, he lifts Nicholas.
I think we've confirmed that it lifts. ghosts, guys.
Walk over there. And then Mark just points.
Begins walking where you've pointed.
Why is it listening to Mark?
He's got the amulet.
Oh.
I've got the power!
As it begins to just walk away, it kind
How
of
much
moves
noise
through.
does it make?
Not very much. It's actually fairly quiet, oddly enough. Even made of stone as it is, it's actually portions of
Wood
it.
and adamantine, not stone.
Oh, sorry. Wood and adamantine. Sorry.
See, I paid attention.
You did this time. Would you like a cookie? Okay.
Go on, give him advantage on his
you
next
get
check.
inspiration for that piece.
Don't give him inspiration.
That's effectively
that's
advantage.
No, just advantage on the next roll he does.
Yeah,
Okay.
inspiration's way too powerful.
Hold on, can you
He
fly?
should be listening
Oh my
all
God,
the
man.
time.
He should, but he should be rewarded for when he does.
I'm telling it to hover and fly over there. Can you try flying?
It shakes its head.
I'd laugh if it's fucking Iron Giant.
If it started flying, Eric, it would be back to that one. More!
But it makes its way back. I assume you're pointing it towards the camp. So
Yes, I'll
Mushrab's
just
looking at this thing
point.
like, laddies, what the hell is that?
Hello, Mushrib. Hey, Captain. Joseph, look at this.
Oh, that's what we
Walk
were.
over to Joseph.
That's what
He
we
walks
found.
over to Joseph.
That's
It's a shield guardian.
huh.
Found in the jungle. Nicholas had the amulet for it, look. And when I speak, put Nicholas down.
Where the hell did you find the amulet in the first place?
Yeah, goblins have it.
Where
Oh,
did
fair
someone
enough.
find so much adamantite to make something like this?
This thing is as you're now in front of it, Joseph, and as a smith yourself, this thing is very well crafted. It is a beautiful piece of craftsmanship. You reckon this would have cost, probably
Really,
100,000 to 150,000 gold to craft this thing.
Can I find like
You're not going to turn this into an ingot of metal. Fuck off.
It would take him
The,
years to turn this into an
I
ingot of metal.
can't think of the word I'm looking for. The trademark of
a
like
hallmark.
the person who a hallmark.
No,
Yeah.
hallmarks are metal.
Make an investigation check.
Steam. It says Joseph Spinman, the elder years.
Oh, Jesus.
He was a time traveling robot.
You do the
It's
same
like
kind of
shit
thing,
in
looking
Sword Art
for.
Online season
You-
3.
You know what you're looking for, like in terms of where it should be, but you can't see one in there. It's either been rubbed off from time, or you're just not looking. Maybe it's in a different place on this one.
That's a shame.
I can't believe all of you failed investigation. Statistically, one of you should have won. Apparently not.
Do you see
Statistically,
anything
we also
on this Mushrib?
Mushrib roll.
Mushrib's like,
Fuck yeah.
laddie, I have no idea about metalwork or stone or this kind of any kind.
We're looking for a signature.
Alright, I'll take a look.
Oh, lift your feet.
He lifts.
Wait, this thing responds to command. Yes, Mark?
Yeah, wait.
Just ask it to
the
point out
person
the
with
thing.
the amulet.
Just ask
Oh.
it to point out.
Oh. Can you?
You
tell us
asked
who
it to
made
lift
you?
its feet. I'm trying to figure out what it would do.
Oh, it's gonna lift up one of its foot. It says
Exactly.
Andy.
No, it lifts
I
up
said
one
feet,
foot.
not foot.
Yeah, you did.
It can do
I
a
think
hand
it
sign.
jumps. It jumps. Because that's the only thing I can think it could work out. It's a really... Because you can't do the thing I think you can do, so it jumps. Yeah.
Hey, Mark.
Gonna-
Mark,
Yeah.
what do you say if someone's standing up on a ledge and you want them to pick you up?
On the ledge. You want to?
Yeah.
Who's on the ledge? Am I on the ledge or?
I'm above you, and you want to get up. What would you say?
Pick me up? Oh, Nicholas!
We're trying to put you down.
Alright, you can put me down again.
Puts
Do
you
you have
down.
a signature on you somewhere? Who made you? Can you show us?
He. What's he gonna do? He lifts up underneath his he takes a hand and pulls his breastplate up and points underneath.
All right, I'll investigate that spot.
Okay, so you have a look at that spot. Underneath is written a small
I don't
thing.
see anything. Oh god, I rolled well. Shit.
You don't need, if you're being pointed out something, you don't need help. You look underneath this. You look underneath this. There's a small signature underneath. And thinking back to when you investigated the book, it looks like the handwriting is very similar.
See, it's the same guy.
You say the thing's magical, right?
Can I copy down the
Well,
signature?
I've never seen any. Nicholas, do you think there's technology that can make an amulet order something around? I assume it's magical, isn't it?
It seems more magical than technological.
Kobold, can you tell it to give us money? Does it have money?
Oh, can you pay us?
Who are you asking?
Pay us.
Who are you asking? The Shield Guardian.
To
Got
pay
the
you
amulet.
money.
I'm saying pay us.
For money.
Okay, you're saying pay us.
Why are you asking? Guardian.
Shield
It
Guardian
might
shakes his
have
head.
money.
Mm.
Can you ask the Guardian to tell us how much he's worth?
Can you talk?
He shakes his head again.
Can you write?
No. It shakes his head.
No.
Yeah. I was trying to work out if it could. No, it can't.
Mark, if you wanted to drive your hand into a tree, what would you call that?
No. Anyway.
What would you call that? No!
Is Mark's hand going towards the tree? No!
Mushrab at this point is taking out a set of dice. And he begins kind of rolling them about on a tree stump. And playing it. It's like, have you ever played Giants and Halflings, laddies?
Giants and halflings?
Giants and Halflings, laddies.
Mark plays that every day.
I can teach you the game if you like. A simple game.
It sounds fun, but I think I'd prefer to get some rest.
It's fair enough, laddies.
You look shit.
How about you?
I will play with you for a little bit. How's the goat?
Looks like the stew is done. We can share it over while we play some dice.
Sounds
Well,
Oh, and I want the captain to tell us a story.
he'll tell us a seafaring tale.
Ah, yes. Shall we?
You are from the sea as well, aren't you, Joseph? Maybe you two can share a tale.
All right. You will listen
I'm
to the
just
captain's
gonna
tale
remake my key while we're eating food and stuff.
Okay. So while you're eating food, the captain can tell his tale, and then afterwards, maybe Mushrab will play some giants and halflings with you.
What exactly do you want to know?
I need the dice.
No, you don't. You need to go to bed. Oh, this one's yours anyways. Here,
Ah!
go to bed.
Oh shit.
I need the ball which
He needs a Vulpix.
No,
He needs some milk.
No, it needs
it stays there.
Sheet.
Shit.
You need some warm milk.
the whole
Oh, me,
It
boy.
goes here.
On neck.
It doesn't stay in the hallway, Lincoln. It goes there. Okay. Good night. Okay. Sorry about that.
You need some milk.
He's had some milk.
Can't
had
steal
some milk.
Eric's meme.
Eric's meme.
Why invite Eric? Yeah, but Eric was the one who said it just while you were away dealing with young Linkling.
Hmm. Okay.
Why you...
Sorry, but you're having this conversation. Mushrab's talking there. Syl is being quiet and kind of caring for the injured soldier. The firelight's growing more prominent as the night gets deeper. Every so often a raindrop hits it and hisses.
I hum at Mushrab.
Aye, laddie. We'll play some giants and halflings. Let's listen to his tale first then, yeah?
Alright.
I don't know what you want to know. There's not a lot to tell.
Does anyone have a musical instrument?
I remember stealing a few of those, but I think I sold them.
No.
Syl will pipe up at some point and say, I used to play, but didn't have much time to bring it after, the tragedy and all.
Alright, well, we'll just have a spoken tale then. I thought the pirate would be more keen to a jaunting tale.
I'm not really one for telling tales or singing song. I used to know someone who was a lot better than that. Well, at that than I was. Usually when you're a captain, you don't tend to be the one telling the tales. You kind of pay other people to do that for you.
Well, laddie, why don't we start with why you were in that cell in the first place?
I would have thought you'd have known that. I turned up at the gates. They
Mushrab
took
doesn't
my
know.
thing.
Mushrab doesn't know.
He wasn't.
Alright, well-
Syl does.
Who was at the thing?
Oh, we didn't tell you. Mushrab was a goblin captive.
Alright then. Well, I suppose she'd know. I turned up at the front gate and after some choice words with the man previously in charge of the camp, he deemed it necessary to stick me in a cage.
That's part of the story. You did insult him a lot.
I insulted him multiple times.
Yes. Most of the
He
people
deserved every moment. He deserved every single one of those words. I don't take them back.
No, I don't imagine you would, and I don't imagine he deserved to have them taken back either. He was a brute of a man, ill-suited for command, and was likely going to result in the camp being destroyed in one way or another. He was also responsible for Camp Righteous. Have you been there?
It was a bit barren.
It was overtaken by the undead at some point. As you noticed, probably there are no walls. There were no walls at Camp Righteous, although I imagine it suits a far bit better than Camp Vengeance did.
There was a crocodile dude there.
Yes, the statue. We never did find out what was inside there. Several of our men went in to try and explore it, but the traps held us at bay for the most part. We didn't bother otherwise. We had bigger fish to fry.
Well, if I went there, I wouldn't have known.
We camped at the wrong side of the river as well. That side has a large contingent of undead. The other side where Camp Vengeance was safer, but apparently liches took offense to it. Do you know why your friend was singled out, by the way?
Not really.
Kinda.
I mean, he threw a mad firebolt, but
Yes, but your other friend shot at him. He didn't get the lich's ire. Only your friend had his heart ripped from his body.
By the way, did anybody know who that was in the air? That lich you're referring to?
I don't know, but he
Going to
made
make
the weird
a,
fire.
home-educated guess and say that might be part of the death curse.
Well, if he's part of the death curse, then he owes me a new ship, or at least my old one back.
Mushrab will pipe up at this point. Aye, that'll be a Serarak. He's been spotted a few times in these parts, running around causing all kinds of havoc, looking for things and generally causing problems, baiting adventurers to the lost city of Omu for some reason.
Is the
Almost.
Lost City different to the Forgotten City?
Different nomenclatures, probably.
Ah.
Same place.
Why were we going there again? Does anyone remember?
We weren't. What we was told was the lich that was over there.
Ah, yes.
You so make me.
Guys,
It would be nice not. It'd be nice not to stumble upon that place. So if you know where it is. then
Sorry,
you can
laddie.
avoid it.
I know about where it might be. We're not going that way. You're gonna head to Harkenvar with me.
When they say lost riches and, well, lost city, I'm guessing it means lost riches as well.
Aye, laddie. The lost city of Omu is probably rife with more gold and jewels and magical items than anywhere else in all of Chult, and probably most of the world.
If you don't mind, I understand your sense of urgency, but given what's happened recently, maybe it'd be best to head back to the port.
I don't mind, laddie, but as long as we end up back to Harkenmar eventually, I'll stick with you. Of course, if you're lying, I'll gut you like a fish and leave you to the dangers by yourself.
There's more, there's more people you need to be gutting than just him if you were to attack.
I don't
The
need
way
to
I
attack.
see it, he's the best chance I have at getting out of here.
No, I don't need to. I misspoke. I don't need to actually physically assault you. If I just leave you to the jungles, you'll probably all end up dead.
Aye, fair enough.
What were you doing out here without a guide anyways?
If I'm honest for you, I was looking for the person who started all this death curse bullshit and led to my fucking ship getting taken away. Now that I know it's that thing in the air, I intend to deal with it.
Well, we don't know that Asererak is responsible, but they tend to... He showed up about the same time as the death curse started, so people are maybe putting two and two together.
No, I'm putting two and two together and I'm getting like 16. I know it took my ship, but like, in all honesty, I get it. They took my ship because they needed it for their efforts or whatever. The way I see it is, they won't need it anymore if I deal with the problem.
Whatever floats your boat, laddie. I'm only interested in reclaiming Harkenhar. I'm only really interested in reclaiming Harkenmar, or the albino dwarves of Chult.
Albino?
Yeah, he's white-skinned.
You mean there's more like you?
Of course, laddie.
Is that
What
like
did you
the
think I was the only one?
I don't know. I've never seen albino dwarves before. I thought you were, yeah.
We're a native to the island of Chult, or the peninsula of Chult.
So are all the dwarves white?
Not all the dwarves, but all the ones that are native to Chult.
Would you say it's a minority or?
I don't know. To Chult, no. To everywhere else, probably.
We saw some more dwarves who came with us from the boats, to be fair.
But they were from the boats, not from Chult.
Yeah. Yeah.
Syl kind of mentions at this point, I think I'm gonna be getting to bed now. Probably the rest of you should maybe do the same. But, so who will take the first watch then?
How's the Wonder Girl?
She'll make it. Although I imagine when she wakes up, I have to tell her all her friends are gone.
I can take the first watch. I've still got a headache from being slammed into the ground anyway.
I'm sorry. I can probably help you out with that. Mark walks over to you and puts his finger on your knee because you're probably standing. And hold on, how much do I roll? Roll.
I'm letting you do it. I'm giving you a
roll.
curious look though.
1d8. Let's see, slash R d8. Whoop. And you recover 8 health.
Wow, that was actually a lot.
That's pretty good.
Little kobold walks up to you, boop, and you feel kind of the bruising and the injuries from the slam subside, and a feeling of warmth and wellness spread out from your knee.
That's a neat trick. I don't know what kind of knee magic allows you to cure a headache, but I won't argue with it.
I'll keep it in mind next time I hit you in the head, though. To be fair, I hit your mind, not your head. Anyway, I'm gonna check up on the girl, but I need to.
Hey laddies, does anyone want to play the Giants and Halflings?
How do you play?
I'm going to
Hi.
sleep for the.
It's an easy game. I'll stay up a little bit for you to kind of go through the game with you. He hands you 2 dice. You are the halfling. You get these two dice, and they're 6-sided dice. I'm the giant, and he takes out a d12. Goes, you need to beat my number with your 2d6. If I roll higher than you, I win. If you roll higher than me, you win. However, if you roll double ones, it's the snake, and we push on to the next bet. If he rolls 2 ones, it's a snake, and the bet pushes to the next. I'll explain the rules not in the voice because it'd be weird. If you roll 2 ones, it's a snake, and you push the bet. If you exactly match the giant, then you can split your bet. So you take 1 dice and split it, and you take the other one and split it. And then if you beat it again, you double your bet. If you roll...
Is
Oh
it
my
multiple people rolling against them?
Yeah, he's the dealer, so he's the giant, and then you all bet on the... It's like craps. Do you see what I mean?
Red crabs.
One person rolls, and everyone else bets.
Okay.
Sorry, it's not 1d12, it's 1d10, sorry. If you roll 11 or 12, you automatically fail, as that's the knee. Or the maw. That's the maw. That's the maw. And you get swallowed by the giant. Do you understand the game?
What if we draw?
That's the knee, and you may split your bet.
How about a practice round first?
Sure, why not, laddie? Roll 2d6. I rolled a 3.
Hold on, I'll get mine out. Just a moment.
Ah, that's the maw.
Well, what the fuck is that? Wait, why did it go crazy? Why is there an
Roll a
8?
5.
How did you get that?
I don't know, it says optional settings. What the fuck's Shadowrun style? No, I don't want that. I'll re-roll
Roll
it
a
again.
5. You win, laddie.
I also rolled a 5.
You rolled a 5, okay. You two, you win. So then you would win your bet.
Alright.
How much you betting, laddie?
I'll humor this. I'll put a gold in for now.
A whole gold? Oh my... Whoa.
He matches the bet, puts a gold in.
I'll put 2 in.
You put 2 gold in. Then one of you roll 2d6, but not both of you, one of you.
Huh?
One of you roll 2d6, because you're both betting on a single dice roll. Single set of dice
Oh.
rolls.
What? But
Do you want to do it or me? I don't mind.
I thought... that's what I was asking. I thought we all roll
One
our
dice
own
roll,
D6.
you bet on the dice roller.
Huh?
That that's how craps is played. You bet on the dice
Oh.
roller. So you know how like when
I
you
thought
see
it was
craps
more
play.
like blackjack.
No,
where
have you ever seen
we all
how?
get our own rolls of 2d6s?
No.
So wait, do I have to beat his number?
Yes,
Mine
beat
is-
or match and not get 11 or 12
Okay.
or 1 or 2.
I
Sorry.
don't trust roll 20. How about you?
I'll go for it.
Okay.
That's an 8.
He rolled a 10. Ah, sorry, laddies. Takes 3 gold and puts it in his pocket. Can't win every time.
One more go.
Sure, laddies.
You
I'll
put
stick
the 2
another
gold
gold in.
this time. No, you put
Ah.
2 in this time. I put 1.
Alright, I'll put 2 in.
And we're even.
Okay. He rolled a 5.
I'll roll.
Alright.
Oh. It's 4.
Ah, tough luck, laddies. Thought you had it that time.
Yes. Me too.
One more
You know
goal.
what? You know what? 2 more gold. There you go. Let's try it again.
We're putting in another 2 gold.
Okay. rolled a
my
9.
roll. He rolled a fucking 9. Of course he did.
You rolled an 8.
Did you? You did. Shit,
I
you
rolled
did.
an 8.
Ah, sorry, laddie. Looks like it's my lucky day.
Yeah.
Alright, looks like it. Anyway, get some rest. I'll keep watch.
There's another variant that they play in the city sometimes. A bit more dice, a bit more complicated. Better to play this version out in the jungles. Thanks for the gold.
No worries.
Thank you.
So you're doing first watch.
I'm gonna grab Nicholas there and go. I am gonna steal that back off him. He doesn't know that, right?
I knew that.
He's got to
Don't
close
know
his
about
eyes.
him.
Well, it's probably best if he doesn't know that. How much did you put in? I'll get your gold back for you.
5. Same as you.
I kind of lost count. I was just gonna take everything.
Don't
Two of you
take
both put it.
everything. We need him to guide us through the jungle.
Two of you both put in 5, yeah.
Can't we say that some sort of money snake stole it in the night?
We need that.
Depends how much I've had to drink.
How much have you had to drink and how much has he had to drink? Would you believe that?
Probably not.
There you go.
I accept your argument.
Are you gonna act upon it or just accept it?
No, I'll accept it.
Okay.
I'm gonna rob him.
Fair enough. I don't think I can stop you. I'm too tired.
Then
Alright, good night.
I was gonna say you shouldn't really tell me you're tired and you probably couldn't stop me. But I won't mess with you lot. You got me out of that place in one way or another.
Glad I could help by running screaming through the door.
Mushroom's gonna
Aye.
stay up with you for the first watch.
You turn around, he's right behind you after you just talk shit about Nick and Elbow.
He's sitting like there at the campfire, kind of looking out into the forest.
The horse.
The forest, me dears. Keep an eye out.
Wait, is he like when he's looking away from me? Like, can I see where he's keeping his gold?
Make a perception check.
Alright. That's a 10. I mean, would I have advantage because I've watched him take our gold and store it somewhere?
Oh, sure, yeah. You can see where he's putting his gold. It's in a pouch on his like on the front of him. You can see it's kind of like, if it was angled wrong, it would look kind of like his balls.
Alright. Oh, that's gonna be a tough grab.
Indeed, it is. Almost like they know. Okay. So you're having the first watch. Can I have a perception check from you?
Alright. That's a crit.
Ooh.
25.
You are on that side of the jungle. No undead. Oh fuck. Right.
Is that an oh fuck you've messed up or an oh fuck they're in danger?
No.
That's not a
Wait,
good
you
answer.
Are you already rolling for the night?
Yeah, I am. They rolled for the first. Oh, did you want to do something else, Mark?
I was gonna heal up the little girl or the wounded lady first before I.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Oh wow! Second 8 in a row.
Yeah. You press your hand on a part of her, wherever you wish, and press it in deep, and then a pulse of energy flows out. Her breathing becomes more stable, more relaxed. A lot of the wounds that you see that was like kind of peppering her body have kind of closed up and sealed perfectly. She still doesn't open her eyes. She's still recovering from the disease. That's more of an exhaustion thing. It's not something you can heal with magic in this way. But you reckon you've done something. You hear a loud droning sound.
Coming from which direction?
It seems to be coming from over deeper into the forest.
Would I know what this is? Would I have heard it before in my time here?
Make a survival check.
Oh, it's not good for.
Something, but you don't know what it is. Mushrab, though. Mushrab knows what this is. Laddie,
You hear that strange droning sound?
Yeah, laddie. It's some giant wasps. The incense will keep most of them away, hopefully.
Most of them.
Well, one or two every so often sneak through the incense, find something little squishy for them to grab, but we're all relatively safe. Looks like the pack is moving through the forest, though. I see them. I can hear them, and you can hear them. We'll keep an eye out. We'll be fine.
Can you point out where they are? I can't really see them.
Because he's got dark vision, you don't. He points out a couple.
As he's like kind of focusing to point them out, can I get a clear view on his coin purse?
Yeah, you can see it. It's hanging kind of low, right where his balls are.
Can I is it like tied on with like a little knot, or can I just like undo it quick and take a grab?
It looks like it's tied on by it's tied to his belt, with a little leather cord.
Could I pull the cord and like have it drop into my hand?
You can try.
Alright, I'll try.
Sleight of hand, obviously.
Sleight of hand, okay. Come on, don't fuck me on this. 25.
Yep, and the coin purse drops, and you grab it out from it without making a single sound.
I don't really see too well. I don't see too well in the dark.
You don't have the dwarven eyes, laddie. They're right there and there. There's two that seem to be breaking away a bit, but they're probably just going to skirt around the edge of the incense barrier. They won't bother us tonight.
If I could see them, I'd tell you, but I can't.
Fair enough, laddie.
I'm gonna walk away to the other side of the camp, and I would count up the money in his thing.
You find 10 gold.
Just the 10 gold.
Yep.
Oh, how is he gonna pay us?
That's a good question.
But I am asleep.
Damn rip-off motherfucker. Alright, I'm just gonna pocket the 10 gold, and then I'm gonna throw the pouch into the bushes somewhere.
Fair enough. At this point, your shift ends at some point. You kind of, while the way hours kind of talking with Mushrab, and he regales some stories about Harkenhar and how it used to be a glorious bastion of dwarven engineering and dwarven pride in this area, and that the fire newts that took it over are a terrible scourge upon the land. But your shift ends. The night is now deeper. The rain's almost all subsiding, and you wake up the next person for the watch. So 2 people.
I'll go up to Nicholas, and I'll nudge him awake.
I open a single eye as you approach.
Do you fancy taking watch? I'll pay you 5 gold.
Sounds like a fair trade.
I
Guess that makes us business partners.
I call it what you will. Mutually beneficial. Let's just go with business partners. I'm not too good with the speech.
Let's just go, don't stab each other in the back.
I.
I give you 5 gold.
I'll give you the 5 gold. And I'll go for a sleep.
Okay.
Oh yeah, who is there anyone else on watch with me?
I was gonna
Wait
let the
someone
other
else
one.
to be on watch.
I was gonna let the other dwarf wake someone. The dwarf.
Okay,
wake someone
Mushrab
who's gonna-
looks around. Looks at Joseph. Joseph, laddie, wake up!
Oh, what?
It's time for your watch.
Oh, right.
Perfect, he fits the part, or we'll take 10.
He switches with you. You go to sleep.
Are they all well asleep? Nicholas, I don't want to stand watch. I've got an idea. Where's Mark?
You find Mark. He's sleeping nearest you.
He has the amulet. I'm gonna wake him up slightly.
No, don't wake me up.
Mark, I'm gonna borrow this, okay? I'm grab the amulet.
What did you... Oh, you grabbed the amulet.
Yeah, I'm borrowing it.
Okay. If he doesn't resist, you easily grab it off him. It's not hard to find either. It's freaking huge. Especially on Mark.
It's metal shield guardian. Stand watch for us, alright?
Okay. You order the shield guardian to stand watch. You hold the amulet, and the shield guardian moves to kind of the center of the encampment and begins to... it plants itself in the middle, and its head begins to spin around 360 degrees. Slowly. Goes...
You think that'll be alright, Nicholas?
I'll stay up with it and just kind of see for the night.
Alright, I toss you the amulet.
I put the amulet in one of 3 pockets.
I'm going back to sleep.
Okay. Right. Make a perception check, Dean.
It's my favourite.
6.
Yeah.
You notice nothing during your sleep. Wait, which one? My ability to
During your sleep.
during your watch. Sorry.
What do I not notice?
Nothing. Your
What
watch
about
passes.
No, I
Shield?
said, what do I not notice?
Make a Constitution check, please.
A shield guardian's supposed to be standing watch.
He is.
Constitution check or
Saving.
save?
Saving throw in this case.
16 in that
Si-
case.
16. You managed
Wait,
to.
do I still? No, that's just straight roll. Yeah.
Yeah, you managed to stave off the effects of the exhaustion. You managed to keep your eyes open. With a low thrum from the shield guardian, kind of almost lulling you to sleep. You kind of, but your watch ends without incident.
Cool. I'll wake up Mark.
You wake up.
Oh my god.
Hey, Nicholas. Is it
You've
time
got-
for watch?
That isn't.
Yes, it is time for your watch, Mark. The big robot in the middle's
All right. Can you put me on the ground, please? And Mark's just standing there with his arms out. Nothing's
now,
happening.
oh,
Huh?
yes, I'll pick you up, Mark.
No, but
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Yeah.
I'll pick Mark up.
what is that? Have you seen the amulet?
Yes, it's here.
Do you have it or does? I thought.
I have it.
Oh, okay, you have it.
Who grabbed it?
It's in one of my free
What did
pockets.
you-
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Gave it to Mark, to Joseph.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, what have you told it to do? Why is it spinning?
Yeah, its head is just slowly rotating. It's like, what the fuck is it? If you sit on its head, it could be like a little ride. It's rotating really slowly, not like enough to like do a 360.
I just
every,
imagine
like-
It's
Mark
rotating
now
like a lighthouse.
sitting on his
Yeah.
head with his like just his hand above his eyes, looking out while he's spinning around on its
Yeah.
head.
Mark, you also know that this would probably be the last shift, so you would just kind of you'd be wake up and then just carry on with your day at this point.
Mark's just gonna sit. I'm guessing the Guardian sat down, or is he standing?
It's standing in the middle of the encampment.
Okay. Mark's gonna sit down at its feet and take his dagger out and start trying to decipher some of the tome.
Okay, so he's using the as a light. Okay, so you look over the tome and kind of are trying to work out what this tome is. So make an Arcana check.
Trying to find out as much information
You-
I can decipher out of it, not necessarily like, oh, I want the spells. That.
Yeah. Okay.
This is normal, disadvantage.
You haven't finished
within
your long
5
rest.
feet of an ally. Let me remind you, I'm in within.
That's
5
only
feet of
for
an ally.
attack rolls.
I know, it was joking.
So with disadvantage, you haven't taken a long
Jousting.
rest yet. You haven't finished your long rest. You will soon.
Oh, disadvantage.
Sorry.
Oh, it's not
Looking
bad.
through the book, this looks like a very junior wizard spell book. You reckon most of the spells in here aren't particularly powerful. Mechanically, there's only up to level 2. As for the specific spells, it would take you several hours of research in order to work out which ones were which and what they actually meant and how they worked
Yeah,
and
but like,
operated.
aside from spells, there's just bound to be more info in it. I mean, the guy's made a fucking robot.
You don't know that.
His signature's on it.
You didn't check to see if the signature on the spell book is the same as the robot.
It is.
It was.
The handwriting's the
Well,
same, yeah.
Handwriting.
Yeah. But you don't know that he made it necessarily. You just know his signature's on it. That's a different thing.
Okay, fair enough.
I just want that to be clear because I don't know if it is or not. Okay, so you
Why
look
would-
over the spell
Why
book
would he have whatever?
and
More
You
property
look-
stamps.
make a general investigation check when you're looking through this book.
Disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't open the. My character sheet didn't want to open. I had to click 5 times. Oh! Bad.
No, you go through it. You're a bit bleary-eyed and you're a bit still exhausted. The effects of which are slowly starting to wear off, and your muscles are kind of more back to normal. But you may have missed a page or pushed something together or pulled too along with you. You don't know. You've scoured
Put
the book
the
as
book-
best you can.
I'll put the book away.
Oh gosh.
What?
So, as you wake up the next day, your exhaustion, one level of exhaustion fades from everyone. So most of you are okay, with the exception of Joseph, I think. Joseph had 2.
We don't know if the dwarf guy succeeded or failed his check.
You don't know that.
Oh, check. Oh, the check.
Wait, did Joseph have multiple levels? Oh.
Joseph had 2. He failed the Constitution saving throw.
Did you give me the amulet, by the way? You didn't, did you?
Yeah, I did.
He did. So now Mark has the amulet, and as the sun crests over the jungles of Schultz, and you feel the tiredness leaving all of your bodies, waking up to a new day filled with the prospect of more trudging through the jungles, and the past of that horrible incident behind you. This is where we'll leave it for this week.
Oh, wait. Ask the robot
You
to
wake
show
up
you,
to Mark sitting on the spinning robot head.
ask the robot to show you the way.
No. Which way is the way?
Show me the way.
Show me the way.
That's it, guys.
Show me the way.